Hello, hello. Good day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Mel. If you are just coming across the stream. Okay, so today we have a very important discussion. All right, so we are going to be talking about if it's too late to actually start a YouTube channel in 2021. Okay, that is if you are thinking of starting a YouTube channel, but you feel like you should have started when your friends or people you know, or even people you do not know when they started. So that's one thing that we are going to be discussing here, and we are also going to discuss um, about some things that small YouTubers or new YouTubers, people address themselves differently on this platform, but generally I'm talking about people that are just still new on the platform, people that are still trying to grow their channel. I also fall in that category. Okay, so when you hear me saying the word small YouTubers or new on YouTube, don't feel some type of way because I also fall in that category. It is, we have big YouTubers, people with 100K, 1 million subscribers, 2 millions, and more million subscribers. So when we talk about these things, don't feel any type of way because this life growth is something that is constant. So don't look at yourself differently just because you are starting out on the platform. Okay. All right. Sorry, before we go in, my little one, they just arrived. Let me quickly attend to them and I will be back. Okay, sorry for that short break. I am back. Well, that also brings me to another topic. If you are a mom, you are a parent, and you are a YouTuber, then you understand that when you're live streaming, sometimes you have to take a break. Even when you are shooting a video, sometimes you have to take a break and attend to your kids and all that. But anyway, we will get to that. Let us start from the beginning. Uh, like I said, and from the thumbnail and the title, we are discussing, is it too late to start a YouTube channel in 2021? Okay, so let's start with that. Then we will slowly move into people that already own a channel and are trying to grow their channel or maybe struggling. And if you're joining us, you are welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Feel free to comment. If you have some suggestion, if you have something to contribute, let me know so I can also drop links. And then you can jump on the link and also share your opinion or what you think about what we are discussing here today. Okay. That being said, I'm not really showing myself because I've not been feeling too good. If you've been on the channel or if you were here during my last stream, I talked about it. I talked about how I'm not feeling too well. So hence I've not been showing my face on my channel, but soon I will be back fully. And my voice, pardon my strange voice also, it's part of the whole, you know. Okay, so let's get into this. All right, so many people want to open a YouTube channel for various reasons. Like we all have different reasons why we decide to be a YouTuber, right? So if you go out now to ask 10, 15, 20 persons that you know that already own a YouTube channel, if you ask them what's the reason why they created the channel, I believe everybody's reason will be different, right? Okay, so that being said, we all have different reasons why we want to be YouTubers. Okay, some people just love it for the fun of it. Some people feel like they have a talent, they have something that they can share with the world, and they want to put it out there in order to help other people. Okay, so different reasons why people want to. And there are some people that feel like, yes, they do have this talent that they want to share with people, but they feel like it's too late because YouTube is now too crowded. You know, you have millions of channels, you have millions of uploads in less than an hour, and so on and so forth. But let me tell you, if you are someone that you are feeling like, if you are someone that you are feeling like, you hear my little one screaming, that's my little one and her grandma outside arguing. Okay, so um, if you're someone that you're feeling like YouTube is already too crowded, and there are so many channels about the same reason that you want to open your channel, for example, I have a fitness channel. So if you're someone that you're trying to create a fitness channel also, and you feel like, whoa, there are so many fitness channels, and some of these people have extremely good videos, so I can't even compete. It is not a thing of competition, but you should see it as you have something to offer. Okay, so it doesn't matter how crowded the fitness niche on YouTube is, you still can make your way, right? Okay, so it is not, so the answer to that question is, it is not too late for you to create a channel if you're really positive about what you want to do, and you feel like, I have something to offer, I have something to share with the world, I have something to share with people, then please do not feel like it is too late because there are too many people on the platform. Remember that the more people are creating YouTube channels, more people are coming out to watch, and so many people are consuming social media. These last few years, more people are consuming social media, spending so many hours on the different social media platforms. So you will be able to make something out of YouTube, and you'll be able to help someone if that is your goal on YouTube. And this pandemic actually made YouTube to gain even more people. Okay, more people opened channel, and more people came in to view videos, different types of content that they enjoy watching on YouTube. So if you are considering opening a channel in 2021 and you feel like it's too late, it is not too late. Go ahead and do it if that is what you want to do. Now, secondly, if you are yet to start your YouTube channel, one thing that I will advise you do is make a little bit of research, because sometimes people just see the whole big YouTubers and they see how their channels are, they see the amount of views they get, and people feel like you just have to sit down, film a video. Well, that is if your channel is about doing sit down videos, or if it's a vlog style where you're walking around showing people things, or it just depends on different niche that people can join, right? So whatever the case may be, you see all these channels, people, big YouTubers that are in these different niches, that they make videos, and it looks so nice, it looks so glamorous, it looks so cool, it looks so inviting, it's so fun, and they make it seem like it is not stressful. It is just a fun thing where you can just make so many videos, and at the point your channel gets monetized and you start making money from YouTube, and brand deals, endorsement, and all those other stuff, all those other goodies that comes with YouTube and being a YouTuber, okay, or an influencer and stuff like that. You should do more, dive in, so you can understand better what is going on. Okay, so don't just look at these people and feel like, oh yeah, if this person can do it, I can also do it. Oh, hello, Proud Mix. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Longest time. How are you feeling health wise? Are you still in the hospital or you are back? Let me see if I can copy link and drop. Okay. First, send to chat. Okay, I just dropped the link if you want to jump in. Recovering from sickness and still hospitalized. Oh wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're recovering. Man, it's been really somehow. People that will be watching the replay, Proud Mix is also a content creator and a great supporter, and he's very good in. It doesn't matter what topic you are discussing on your channel. He is always someone that comes in and shares his own opinion concerning whatever topic that it's been discussed. And he's not been feeling too well. He's been in the hospital. So get well, get well, get well. Proud Mix. Me too. I've not been feeling too well, but being at home and you know, trying to get better. So please get well soon, and come back on YT. We miss you on YT greatly. Okay, so we are here talking about if it's late to create a YouTube channel in 2021, and we also have other topic concerning small YouTubers that we will discuss. Okay. All right. So Promise said, I tested negative to COVID yesterday morning, but I am undergoing recuperation from a bacterial infection I picked up from the gardening soil, and I am on heavy antibiotics and hooked up on IV. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, first of all, thank God that you tested negative to the COVID. Uh, don't worry, you're going to get well. You're going to get well. Yeah, that can happen because I remember you were gardening a lot. Few weeks ago, or up to a month now, if I'm not mistaken, you were always in your garden doing one gardening job or the other. So yeah, it is expected if something like that happens. So sorry, so sorry. It's part of life, right? We have to do our gardening and every other thing that comes with it, but sometimes we can pick up some things that are not really in line with our body. Proudness also said, I will be here one more week or two before they release me to be sure, and then when I am transported back home, I have been ordered to quarantine for 2 weeks. Oh, really? Even though you tested negative, they still want you to quarantine. Is it because of the bacteria, uh, or they just want to make sure? Wow. Well, if that's what it is, you just have to do it after you leave the hospital. You just have to, um, you know, stay to yourself for a while before you can rejoin the whole society and or go back to work or whatever the case may be. Well, get well soonest. Okay, I didn't take injection. Oh, you did. You didn't. I was thinking they were going to ask you to since you were in the hospital already. Oh, it is just the world is just going somehow, really. So sorry. Get well, Proud Mix. Get well soon, 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 soon. Get well. The world, so many things are just happening at a time, at the same time. So it's kind of very, uh, it's just weird. Okay, so as I was saying, looking at big YouTubers, you will feel like it is easy being a YouTuber. It's a fun thing, and it's like an easy way to make money, and you don't really have to worry about so much, like it's a fun job. But trust me, being a YouTuber is not as easy. It is not as easy as you might see it if you're someone that you do not own a YouTube channel. You've only been consuming and you've not been creating. Okay, you're not a content creator, so all you do is go to YouTube to consume. So seeing all of that, the lifestyle looks so cool, being an influencer and so on and so forth. You know, seeing all this advertising for brands and getting brand deals and all that is so glamorous and fun. But you don't see the stress behind the scene, because most of these big YouTubers don't really film behind the scenes. Okay, just some of them are beginning to, you know, show behind the scenes a little bit of what they go through, what their day is like, appointment that they book, the things they need to do. And when you watch those big YouTubers that shows a little bit of behind the scene, that's a little bit what they want you to see. Then you see how stressful and how busy and so many things that they have to do. You know, some of them even have to pay some people to start helping them to edit videos, because they don't even have enough time to edit their videos and upload, and so many things. So if you are looking to okay, Promise said, I hear about so many new rules here on YT. Exactly. So many new, so many new things that they're bringing up. It's somehow like everybody just needs to be careful, because people are going to fall victim to so many things, because they create these new rules, but they really don't make it that public early. So some people don't even know when they are breaking rules, because they feel like, because the rules are now new or mended a bit. So everybody needs to be careful. Speaking of which, how far are you from monetization? Proudmix, well, I have just, at this point, I have just next month for me to, okay, excuse me, let me go get the phone. Okay, I'm at the business place downstairs, so you people hear a lot of voices here, because the business phone was just ringing. Okay, so Promise, I have just next month to get to 2 years on YT, so I'm trying my best to see if I can get the 4,000 watch hour. But well, it's going well. It's going well at this point, but I need to push to make sure that from now till before the before the 30th of September, if I can get to 4K, that will be very good for me. So at this point, I'm just trying my best. And because I have not been feeling too well, I have already lost some weight already, because I wanted to just try to stream every day, come on live streaming when I'm at the gym and everything, but I've not been able to do that. I've not been able to stream. I've not been able to upload videos. So yeah, it is it is tough, but I believe I will get there. Okay, Pradman said, I will run your playlist. No worries. Thank you so much. That will really help me at this point. It will really help. Thank you so much. I'm grateful, Proudmix. Thank you so much. I hope you get well and recover. Prayers are up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Prayers are up for you too. Okay, you get well and get strong. We will sure get there. This year has just been somehow, I don't know what is in the atmosphere that is just making everybody feel sick. And here in this country, in Greece, there is like a huge fire that's going on that has actually cost a lot of millions, that they even different countries had to send in their military personnel to also come and help combat the fire. So the atmosphere is just somehow, with the heat that is so, we're battling with like 40 degrees Celsius. We are, so the weather, the heat, the virus, you know, the pandemic, and so many other things, and now the atmosphere with this fire, you have ashes. The atmosphere is not clean anymore, so a lot of people are falling ill and things like that. Even my little one was running temperatures a few days ago, up until the night before. So yeah, the weather is just very strange. Okay, so probably say I have lost weight too. Sickness definitely affect the body in one way more than one. Exactly. Like talking about losing weight, same here too. I lost weight. I look very um I look skinny, and I was like yesterday I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was laughing. I was like I was going to the gym working out, and now I don't even look like someone that was even in the gym for just I think Sunday to Sunday, and I already lost how many kilos, and I was laughing. But yeah, sickness can really make someone uncomfortable. And for me, I just feel like this is so upsetting because I'm trying right now to crush this 4K watch hour. So at least I know that I've passed that level so I can focus on something else. And then this illness just came in from nowhere just to pull me back. Have you experienced any of the new rules on YT? I have not been that active on Whitey, so I've really not experienced anything. But although a lot of people are complaining about things, and me, I try to keep my eyes open. Uh, I try to follow their channel where they put their news. That's creators what roundup it's called. I always try to watch out for new content on that their channel where they talk about certain things that are new. So at least I know. And if that being set aside, I also try to follow some of these big YouTubers that try to give advice to content creators. So if I see a video that they release, I go to watch it quickly. So if there's any information, I will be able to get that information before I make any mistake. But at this point, I have not done anything in my YouTube studios. I think the rate at which the watch hour is going, they've already sent me a message saying that I do not have any strike. So I'm glad I don't have any strike or anything yet that they've mentioned. So my channel is in the clear at this point. If I get the 4K watch hour, and then I think they will review my channel. But until it gets to that reviewing, I can't really say much. But so far, I don't have any strike or anything to worry about on my channel. Promise, I keep saying. I have okay. You say have you explained any? Okay, I read that. And I feel the new rule should be implemented clearly into the guidelines so people can avoid any trouble potentially. And I haven't been as active either on Whitey because of my condition. Yeah, that's true. I think they will slowly do it, but they always make these little announcements. They create things, and sometimes sometimes they don't really push it out immediately, so people tend to make those mistakes. People tend to oh, sorry, my my little one and her grandma, they're playing and screaming and making so much noise. I apologize, people that will be watching the replay of this. Well, it's part of being a content creator, and you have a little one and family members. When you have to live stream, they don't really understand so much about you being a YouTuber or being a content creator, so they don't always stop making noise. So that's also something that you need to consider if you are thinking of creating a channel. Okay, so that being said, let me read what Proudmix is saying here. And what Proudmix just said is true, that they should really implement it clearly into the guidelines so people can actually read those new rules and abide by them. Okay, because YT YouTube has its own way of doing things, but I believe they will do so people don't get strikes or copyrights and whatever. And Proudmix also said even when you can remove copyright laws, you really don't want to wrangle with appealing strike, whether justified or not. I think that's too much for a headache. Exactly, you're very correct. Also, the rule about kids and noise or copyright by noise in stores too is crazy. No, they are just coming up with new rules, and so many new rules that I don't even know how content creators are going to keep up. But well, we've decided to be YouTubers. We've decided to use this platform as one of the platforms that we want to use to pass out whatever message that we are passing out. So we will just try our best to abide. No, 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 no. We will try to abide by the laws. So we will try to abide by all the laws that are required, although they are very difficult. Rules is going to be harder to retain because they are compiling all these rules at once. Promise also said the future rules of YT will be thick as a yellow page phone book or like a dictionary, right? All those medical books, like 5 medical books all together, combined together, will be like the rules of YT. So many. So this also brings me to what we were talking about. If you are thinking of becoming a content creator, do your research. Okay, so yeah, Pradmix, you're very correct. I'm sorry that I'm always pausing and replaying. We all know that YouTube is very careful with kids and all that. My little one is here doing whatever she wants to do and screaming, so I have to pause whenever she screams because I don't want YouTube and wahala with your problems. Okay, so that being said, did you also hear? Pradmi said, did you also hear about or notice that many people have gotten their channels taken away and some have even chosen to start over from scratch? Yes. I also even Mira. I don't know if you remember Mira. She was always on Vanessa's live stream also, that we were always all talking together and all that. I think she too, she had the same problem. Her channel is no longer, if you type in her name on YouTube, you will not find her. And she sent me a message on Instagram telling me about her new channel and that I should share in my community. So I helped her to share in my community also. That's how I found out that yes, Mira's TV is no longer on YouTube. Yes, so she has a new channel now that she just started out. Although I think she's trying to send a message to YouTube or trying to find out, because she doesn't even know why her channel was taken down, that she did not get any message, any notification, or strike, didn't notice any strike or anything, but her channel was taken down. It's no longer there. And not only her, I think Patricia Media or somebody talked also about someone they know, and Lady T Wise and Lady T TV or Lady T, yeah, I think that's Lady T Food. That lady, she also talked about some persons that she knows that had issues on YT also. So many people, different YouTubers that I guess we all know, they know someone that had the same issue. So many channels have actually been taken down, and that actually brings us to the other part of this video. Hence, I said small YouTubers come in, let us chat, and also I wanted to talk about if it's too late for people to create channels. But okay, so let's round up from that before we move into the next. Okay, so if you are looking to create a new YouTube channel in 2021, then you should do your research, because if you've been listening to what myself and Proudmix we've been discussing right now, then you will notice that a lot is going on. The new laws are being brought in by YouTube. We do not know reasons why, but it's their app, so they have the right to do what they want to do. So you have to be very careful and do your research. Don't only focus on the glamour that you see from big YouTubers getting many views, and you're there calculating from the views they get how much money they are making from YouTube and from brand deals and from super chats and every other thing that they get as monetized channels. Okay, it looks glamorous, it looks cool being an influencer, being a YouTuber and all of that, but the work that you also have to put in and all these rules that you have to abide by is also something else. Okay, so do your research. And thirdly, something else I want to mention, you can see that my thumbnail by chance is not by mistake that I have you will see 4 people on my screen if you see the thumbnail of this video. Okay, so I have a content creator, his name is Roberto Blake, and I have Sean from Think Media, I have D Neiman, and his brother Nick Neiman. These are just few people that I wanted to share with you because I want to talk about them, hence I have them on my thumbnail. And another thing I will advise people is, if you are making a video, I notice this is very common with the Nigerian YouTuber community, or I don't know any other country, maybe they do the same thing, but the people that I've really noticed doing more of this is the Nigerian YouTube community, where people love to use other people's photos, images of somebody else, and you're talking about the video, or you're talking about something. Sometimes what you're talking about is not directly it's not directly connected to the person on the photo. That is actually not right, because you cannot just use somebody's photo just like that for your thumbnail. Someday that person might decide that your video might do very well, and that person notices that their photos are up there, they don't like it, and your video can be reported and stuff like that. So be careful of the kind of images that you use for your thumbnail, and just don't use people's photos just because you know that when people see these people's photos, they are going to flock into your channel to watch that particular video, thinking that you might be talking about that person. You know, so I see a lot of videos that they use lots of people's photos that I wouldn't even want to mention the Nigerian YouTubers, but you always see them reoccurring in so many people's thumbnails. And at the end of the day, it's either they're not even talking about them, because okay, if you're saying something about them, be it good or bad, okay, well, oh well, you decide on what you want to say about people. But okay, you're talking about, but using photos of people, and when you're trying to describe something else that is not so pleasant, like I saw a video that somebody did, now what the person is talking about is not so pleasant, but yet you had all these photos of all these Nigerian YouTubers that are big. I do not think that is right, because if some of them finds out, it's almost like, okay, you didn't mention their name saying that they are part of that bad behavior, but you have their photos on the on your thumbnail, so it's almost like they are the ones doing these things that you're talking about in the videos, even though their names were not mentioned. So be careful how you use people's images for your thumbnail, for your video, if you know that you're not going to you're not talking to them, or you're not directing them. Please do not use people's images just like that. Okay, you do not have the right to just pick up somebody's image and use just like that. But for my own case, these people, I want to talk about them, I have actually mentioned their name here. I can also put their names of their channel in the description of this video and everything. I can tag them if I want, because I'm trying to make a point, and I will be talking about each and every one of them. Let me read the comments coming in, then I will proceed. I will continue from where I stopped. Okay, the fact this is happening also interject as a factor why we lose bananas, also because channels are being taken down. That is very true, Proudmix. You're right, that is part of the reason why a lot of us are losing banana rapidly. and it's very frustrating. We're all trying to grow, but at the same time, YT is just doing everything in its power to take channels down, and at the end of the day, we are uh, losing bananas. Okay, so Prami said they say too, if you comment about something that has nothing to do with the focal point topic in the video, whether you detail your comment or not, it will be considered a spam. Yes, that is very true. Mom and Angel TV just came in. Hello, Mom and Angel TV. You are welcome to this live stream. Today we are talking about, we have like two major topics of which we will touch so many other topics also, just as we always do when we live stream. But we are talking about if creating a channel. Yes, sorry. We are talking about creating a if creating a new YouTube channel in 2021, if it is too late. And we also have discussions as small YouTubers, things that we should be aware of, things that are happening on YT, some things that we should do in order to better and grow our channels, and so on and so forth. So you are welcome, Mom and Angel TV. Okay, so where I stopped was when I was talking about how I noticed that the Nigerian YouTubers community are fond of using people's using bigger YouTubers photographs for things that are not necessarily or directly connected to these YouTubers. So I think it's because of you, but I think people should think of what can happen later, because if you take someone's photo and you're talking about something that is not directly related to the person, and the person is that happens to see that video, and the person does not like the topic that you were discussing, and now you have the person's photo. Yes, Proudmix just said it, it's clickbait, using words that, or saying things that are not related, or at the same time using people's photograph, and people came into your channel seeing that big YouTuber's photo, expecting to watch something that has to do with that person, and then it's totally different. Your channel, your videos can be reported, and you will have issues. So I think people should be the Nigerian community, the Nigerian YouTubers should be very, very careful on YouTube, because I think at this point people are overdoing it, using these big YouTubers. For example, I would really say her name anyways, because I'm talking about this problem, so I will be mentioning names. Okay, for example, Nelu Okeke is one person that she's a Nigerian YouTuber. For people that will come across this video and watch the replay, that do not understand what I'm talking about. Nelu Okeke is one Nigerian YouTuber that she has done well for herself. I think she has 70 something K subscribers. She's doing very well. Dinah Ekweme is another one that is almost at 100K, yeah, right? I think, or maybe at this point she's at 100K. So many of them that I can mention, but let me just leave it at Nelu Okeke and Dinah Ekweme. That these two YouTubers, you will always see them in people's thumbnail, even though the topic that is being discussed is actually not connected to them in any way, has nothing to do with them. Oh, someone just came. Christiana Flourishing is here. Say hello, share done. Thank you so much. God bless you, Christiana Flourishing. Patricia Media just came in also. You are welcome. Thank you very much for coming, Patricia Media. Thank you all for coming in. Okay, so from the title, you people have a clue. We're talking about, is it too late for someone to create a new YouTube channel in 2021? That's what we're discussing. And we're also discussing things that small YouTubers, all of us that we are trying to grow on this platform, we're still kind of new on the platform. Some of us are less than a year, some of us are 2 years, some of us are still going to 2, some of us are just 2 years and counting, and so on and so forth. We're all in all, we're still considered as small YouTubers and growing and new YouTubers also. Okay, so we're kind of also addressing people that want to start a channel that are yet to, and we're just pointing out some things that they should consider, because some of us came into YouTube, should I say, blindsided. We really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know much. We just came in and we started learning everything in there. So since we've been here and we see what the struggles are, we're just trying to share the few things that we have learned for the few months and few years that we've been on the platform, what advice we can give to people that are coming in new. Getting ready for work is 7 a.m. Oh, wow. That's early. That's early. Thank you very much for stopping by, Patricia Media. Thank you. Thank you. That's really early. Okay, get ready and go to work, please. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Promise is giving you a cup of tea. All right. So, like I was saying, so if you are making a video, be very careful of the kind of people's photos you use as a thumbnail, because as a small YouTuber, every view we get count and it's very important to us, and we try our best to grow our channel to the point that we'll start getting thousands and thousands of views. And it will be very sad if you've been able to push one video or two videos, three videos, and now those videos are getting views and kind of pushing traffic to your channel, and all of a sudden one of these big YouTubers that you use their photos as a thumbnail, they discover the topic you're discussing, they do not like it, and they decide to report your video, or tell their followers, tell their friends to report that video. All of a sudden your channel has been taken down, you do not know why. So be careful when you're using people's photographs, while you're using their photograph. If what you're talking about is not connected to them, it's better you just leave people out of what you're doing and just use normal photos, and try to tag your videos, and use titles that are going to invite people. Just don't play into these games. And why I'm saying this, I will repeat, a lot of Nigerian YouTubers are doing this, are making the same mistake. Those living in Nigeria, those living in diaspora are doing the same thing, always focusing on using people's photos when it necessarily doesn't have anything to do with. And you have to know that if it's kind of clickbaity, you can also have problems with YouTube. Okay, for example, now this particular video that I'm addressing this topic, I am also using photographs of 4 YouTubers. They are all big YouTubers, and I have a reason why I am using their photographs, and I've actually mentioned their names before, but I will still repeat their names, and then I will explain why I have their photos up there. Okay, so I have Roberto Blake, I have D Neiman, Nick Neiman, and Sean from Think Media. If you're a content creator, then you might know this content, these big YouTubers. If you are yet to start your YouTube channel, you're considering that, and you come across this video, maybe you do not know them. The reason why I put these 4 names, which there are many of them, but these are the 4 that I follow their channels, and I feel like they really have something to share, and they have something to offer to small growing YouTubers, to small content creators, and to people that are yet to start. So if you're yet to start your YouTube channel, sometimes people get overwhelmed with what kind of camera should they use, what kind of microphone should they use, how are they going to live stream, what are the process, and so on. Doreen Humpy TV is here. You are welcome, Doreen. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so there are so many things. What kind of lighting should I use? How should I set up the area where I want to shoot my videos? What should I say? How should I introduce myself? Just so many things. It can be overwhelming. So subscribing and following channels like these 4 that you see here, they teach about these things. Like Think Media will actually tell you the kind of cameras from, some people have a lot of money to play around with, while some people don't, so going from, they have like Heather from Think Media. She's working with their team, the Think Media team. Also, she puts videos about how you can start your YouTube channel with your phone. D Neiman also, his channel is mainly based on how you can start your YouTube channel with your phone. You don't need to worry about going to buy an expensive camera, whatnot, just so to start your channel. You can start with your cell phone and grow from there. When you start making a little bit of money here and there from YT, then you can invest in buying a camera, professional lighting, professional microphone, and so on, and every other thing that you need to make professional looking videos, just like the big YouTubers. So these are people that you need to subscribe to their channel and watch their videos, as they will always share something that is important to you, for you. So even if you are a YouTuber already, sometimes there are things that we do not know, like Proud Mix mentioned about the new rules about YouTube. These are things that people like Roberto Blake will talk about also. I think media once in a while too, they talk about things like that, to things that they feel like they should point out that YouTube is doing that they need you to know. Nick Neiman also goes live for hours. He does his live stream and he answers questions. You can send in questions. And something I like about this for that made me to actually pick them out and use them as my thumbnail for this video today is because one thing I notice is when if I watch their video and I have a question, or even though it's not really surrounding that particular topic, I will put a question and tell them that tell the particular person I'm watching the video, that I have a question, though it's not directly connected, but I don't know if the person will want to answer, and the person will do so. For example, when I was looking to stream and I was trying to stream with StreamYard, but I don't know, it just wasn't working. I went to D Neiman's channel, the one that he's doing now. D Neiman and Nick Neiman, they're both brothers, but their content is a bit different because D Neiman talks about you filming with your phone and apps that are good for you to use with your phone and so on and so forth. So I asked him and I said, which other streaming app can actually invite guests just like StreamYard and all that? And I said, I've heard of Prism and all that. I said, Prism is very good, but they are not inviting guests yet. That maybe sometime in the future they will, but that if I want to stream and invite guests, then I should stick to StreamYard because that's the only one that is doing it now that he knows of, that is really good, that you can trust. So them being big YouTubers and getting thousands and thousands of comments doesn't stop them from answering your question if you ask them question that is responsible. Just don't go asking stupid questions. Just ask something relating to what you want to know about, if you are a content creator already or you are looking to be a content creator. Okay, let me read some comments. Okay. Dorian said, good morning. Good morning to you, Dorian. Pradmi said, I think as we grow, we have more to worry about. That's very true. Very true, Pradmi. As we grow, we have more things to worry about on YT. YT definitely is applying pressure. Well, it could be because many we're having more content creators, right? So yeah, whatever they can do to keep everyone in line. Knowing in advance to possibly avoid what's ahead is always a blessing. That's so true. That's so true. That will save you a whole lot. The detailed answer is always my preferred choice rather than a summarized one. Right? Exactly. Exactly, Brownmix. So when you start up your channel, or even if you are already a content creator, you've been on the platform. Exactly. Christina Flourishing said, let's keep learning from each other. That's the truth, because one person alone cannot have all information, and no man is an island at the end of the day, right? So we all need each other, directly or indirectly. So whatever information we have, we should try our best to share. Although some people will say, well, you're a small YouTuber like me, why should I listen to you? You don't necessarily need to listen to me. I always tell people that, like, I always say that I'm also here to grow, and I am here to listen to people sharing their option. For example, on my last live stream, I mentioned about editing apps, and what's her name? Oh God. I love saying the people's names when I talk about what they Unique Lady P, if I'm not mistaken. Unique Lady P, I think that's her channel name. And when I was talking about editing apps and best editing free editing apps that people can use, I wish when I started my YouTube channel someone had actually mentioned InShot, because I think InShot is one of the best among all the editing apps. So for me, I always advise new YouTubers and even people that have been creating content already, that you see some of us are still using apps that they have like the watermark there. And in order to get a video that looks a little bit more professional, we all really want to take away that watermark. And I think InShot is one of the easiest to use. And they have a way that you can actually take off the watermark with the free version. And she was able to come on the live stream and she explained how that can be done. And I said to her I was going to try it in the next video that I will edit and upload. But since I've not been feeling well, I've not been able to do that. But the video that I have up that will premiere at 6 this evening, you will see that I tried what she said and it worked. When that video will be up, I hope everyone that will watch it and that is here hearing me now that will see that video will see that yes, what she explained on that live stream actually worked. So for anyone that was on that live stream that follows that process will actually get the same result like I did. So small information, these are just easy things that we didn't know, like some of us didn't know about it, but she figured it out somehow and she was able to share. So we should be able to share the little information that we know about these little things that can actually help someone else that is also creating, or someone that is looking to become a YouTuber. Lately, a lot of channels have actually been taken down and people are saying they do not know why. Now, that's because a lot of new rules are being set by YouTube that is not really officially, and they've not officially announced. And I noticed that they always do this type of things, that they put new rules and they don't announce it publicly. Like that's one of the things that they did that made me to do a video. That now that video of mine, that's like the only video I have that has like 16K views, and that video is still growing. People are still commenting on that video. You're a lifesaver, you're a lifesaver, oh God bless you, you're a lifesaver, 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 on that one video that I did. And that's my highest view video ever, all throughout. I have over 200 and something videos on YouTube. But because they changed something and they refused to say it, and even me, I was stuck for over 3 hours trying to figure out how I was going to upload the video, and I couldn't find the upload button. They changed it, they didn't officially announce it. So they bring in new rules and they don't officially say these things. So you have, sometimes you have to figure it out yourself. And if it's a rule that you don't know, that is something that you're doing wrong, then your channel can actually be brought down, or you can get a strike. Okay. All right, let me read some comments. So okay, let me see. What was the last comment I read? Whitey definitely is applying pressure. Okay, I read that one. Know in advance is okay to avoid. Yeah, I read that. Okay, the detailed answer is my preferred choice rather than a summarized one. Okay, Christina Flores, let's learn from each other. Okay, Promise said the fact that many don't listen to each other only hurts them in the long run. That is very true. Promise also said, also, this recommendation advertisement surely isn't being stated for it to go to waste. This is valuable, need to know. Christina Sejos, do you show in the video how to take it off? I didn't film, Christina, I didn't film a video about that. It was on my live stream. The last live stream I did, we were just talking about many things, just like so, that I bring up a topic and then from there we branch out discussing different things. So I mentioned about some editing apps and whatnot. So that was where InShot came in, and I was like, InShot is one of the Sorry, kids wahala. Okay. Okay, I was explaining about the app. Okay, I said we were talking about it in that live stream, and then she explained on the live stream how it can be done, which she said when, because I was like, when you edit with the app, sometimes they take it off by themselves, like you don't see it in some of your videos. And she was like, if you want to permanently, like not really permanently, but if you want to do it the free version, that there's an option. I'm so sorry. All right. Let me excuse myself and go somewhere else. Okay. So as I was saying, I was like, she was like, if you click on the option where they tell you to, upgrade down, you will see where they said you can take it off by advert. So if you click like the free version, so if you click on that, take it off by advert, then that means as you're editing, like they will show an advert, you have to watch an advert and then they will take it off. And it does work, because when you check the app, you will find out that they have either you upgrade in order to take off the watermark, but click on the watermark before you see that option, right? There's three options. The very last one down says free version, take it off by ads. So ads will play, but then you get it done. Just try it out. Okay. If it's not too clear, then maybe I have to maybe do a video where I can show it, right? So I guess it will be easier for someone to follow along when you're watching it on a video and the person is like showing you how to do it. So if this is not so clear, then let me know and I will try to film a video on that, how to also take it off. But InShot is always good. I like the app because it's easy to navigate, it's easy to use. Everything is just simple. It's not as difficult as some other editing app. And me, I've actually used a lot. If you go back to check my old videos, you will see that most of them are edited with different apps that you can actually see the watermarks there, know which of the apps that I actually used. But since I discovered InShot, InShot is just the best. And so many people that use it, they also say the same thing, that it's also a very good app. And that's how she mentioned it also on that live stream. Okay, so let me be reading comments also. All right. Probably said, what's unannounced and is a guideline is definitely taking shape by the fact people are getting their channels taken away without being notified or giving a reason why Whitey is taking them. And that's one thing Whitey is doing that I really don't like, because I don't think they should, at least a warning. And me, I don't even want to believe that people are not getting warning, because like my last live stream, I said, is it that people are receiving emails, but because they have so many emails, they do not know what is going on? Like they didn't see the email to read it because they have so many other emails piled up. And I was like, people should try to clear their email. If you are a content creator, clear your email so you'll be able to receive important emails, so you know when you get the first warning to be careful. Okay, Pradnix also said, even if you follow suit with the guideline and have never had a copyright or any other violation, it make you wonder if channel can still be terminated. Right? We hope not, Pradnix. Christina Flourishing said, yes, I was in the live stream and I did not follow all. I was thinking you make a video on how to take the watermark out. That will be very helpful. Okay, I will do so. I will do so. I will make a video showing that. I hope InShot doesn't get upset because it's almost like if you can take off the watermark, what else? But they have so many other stuffs that they upgraded. This thing will be good too, bro. So I think that will be fine. Okay. Probably say kids law. Yeah, kids are big drama. She's been scattering everything in there. Now she wants to scream. Probably says the how-to tutorial definitely help because the visual are provided. Yes. Okay. Christina Flourishing said, okay, thanks. All right. So that brings us to what we were talking about, small YouTubers, and why I said small YouTubers should come in, let us chat. I feel like because we are still new on the platform, there are also so many things that we need to know about, and some channels, because some of us likes to like, if you hear some people say, nah, I like watching fun videos. Yeah, it's good to watch fun videos, but when subscribing to all these fun channels and all that, it's also good to subscribe to other channels that they have like important informations for our channels. So I think Media is one of them, because some of us slowly we're building our channels are growing, and to get to the point where we might want to buy very good digital camera, we might want to know what kind of settings is best, because camera is very challenging if you've not been into photography or all that, you've not learned how to use a camera, so you don't even know what setting to use to shoot your videos when you're outdoors or shooting indoors, nights, morning, afternoon, and all that. So following channels like Think Media and the rest of them will also help. And when you want to get some advice about what to do and what not on YouTube and how to grow your channel and so many other important stuff, you have people like Roberto Blake. His channel, he takes his time to explain and break down stuff. I don't know if anyone here followed him. So Roberto Blake channel is good for that. Nick Neiman also has a good channel for that, which he answers questions and tell people how to grow their channel and things to do. Okay, so his brother also advises people that are filming with their phone how to grow their channel and become big YouTubers and all of that, from shooting with their phone, how to edit with your phone, how to do thumbnails, which app is best for you since you're using your phone, so on and so forth. So these are just some of the things that I really want to come in and discuss with us. Let me pause once more, go in and check on my little madam. This also brings us to when I said, if you're a content creator or you're looking to create a YouTube channel and you are a parent, that you have to watch the kids, you have to know that there's a lot that you have to do. You have to prepare your mind. If you feel like you need to take a break, you do so. That's what we're going to discuss up next. Just give me a short break. Okay, sorry for that break. Whew. She's still in a screaming mood, so all right. Ah, okay. So that brings me to something else I want us to discuss as people that okay. Probably said be right back. Okay, thank you. Christina said, okay, don't do it so your channel don't have problem that I do when your channel went through a problem. I don't understand what you mean by that. Um, explain if you're still here, Christina. Explain to us what happened to your channel because you said don't do it so you don't have same problem like my channel did. Uh, okay, all right. So something else I want to talk about is sometimes some of us came into YT and not knowing the stress and everything that is on here, and sometimes we get overwhelmed with the whole thing that what we start facing from losing banana, not getting so much view, a lot of channels to visit, and so many other YouTube rules that you have to abide by. So it gets so challenging and all that you cannot even imagine, like you're just blown out of your mind and you're like, man, I'm just going to give up YT. Like I've heard a whole lot of small YouTubers say that they're going to give up, but I feel like sometimes when you feel like you're getting choked up, just take a break. Don't worry, life is not only about YT all the time. If you feel like it is too much to handle, then I think you should take a break and just leave the channel alone and just rest. As far as you have few videos on the channel, even though you have just 10 videos, you do not know which one that will become important to some group of people tomorrow, that they might be searching for that topic, and you might be one of the only persons that has actually done a video concerning that topic. And from searching on Google or on YouTube, they are going to find your videos because YouTube will start suggesting it because people are searching for it, and it will pick up. Even though you've not uploaded another new video, that can still drive traffic. One of those your videos, one or two or three of your videos can still drive traffic to your channel that will make people to start following. Let me read Christina Flourishing comments. She said, I mean, don't do it, host, if the InShot will give you problem. Well, I do not know, although I've not seen video where somebody is saying how to take that off, but I think they have it on their app, right? They made it available, so I don't know if that would be a problem, though. I will just do a little bit of research before I will know if I can. But if I can't, then I can actually show you how to do it on Instagram. If it would be a problem, then I can actually film it and send to you on Instagram or any other social media platform where I can send it. Okay, but if they have it on their app, so I believe they want people to make use of it. But for me, I feel like that still won't stop somebody from getting, because for me, I feel like if I have Careless Coin laying by the side, one app that I would want to upgrade would be the InShot, because I really do like the app and I would like to upgrade so I can get those other cool editing stuff that they have in there. So it's a very cool app that I really will advise anybody actually to use it. And if the person wants to upgrade, of all the apps that I've used, I would suggest InShot, because whoever owns that app or whichever group of people, they've done a very good job and their app is very nice. Yeah. Okay, so if you're someone that you have, so you should take a break when necessary, instead of just pushing and pushing and you're overwhelming, but you're still just trying to push out content. Sit back and take a break. It doesn't mean that your channel will die out if you take a short break. Sometimes it is better to take a break so you can reload, you can rebuild yourself, you can take your time to do more research, prepare yourself, and then go back into your channel and actually see things from a clearer aspect, from or a clearer view, so you know where you're going, your channel is moving to. Okay, so if you're feeling overwhelmed already as a content creator, and which is expected because some of us did not prepare before coming into the platform, so we do not know what to expect, and now we're getting so many things, and plus the new rules that YouTube is pushing out, it is really making a whole lot of people to feel like, can I cope on this platform? I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to be all about filming a video, editing, putting it on YT, and going to sleep, waking up the next day with 100,000 views, 1 million views. My channel gets monetized under 1 month of me opening my new channel, and I would just be smiling to the bank with coming back home with millions. Some of us thought it would be as easy as ABC, but now we're in here, we're finding out that it's even more difficult than further mass and so many other things. Right? So some people are even saying that it's one of the biggest challenges that they've ever encountered in life, like being a content creator, you know. Um, Hello, Elegant Worldwide Channel. How are you doing? Hi, host and everyone in the chat. You are welcome, Elegant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. You are welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, we're just here discussing if it is too late to open a YouTube channel in 2021. And we're also sharing some informations that we as growing YouTubers, small YouTubers, whichever way we want to tag ourselves, we prefer referring to ourselves, should know, and things we should consider. Okay, so we talked about channels that are very helpful if you are still growing on the platform, getting informations. And like my last stream, I also advise people to subscribe to the YouTube Creators Academy channel, their channel where they put some news. They tell you about certain things that are going to happen, certain changes that they are making. And I think every YouTuber, every content creator should follow channels like that, because that is a channel where YouTube is passing through content creators to share things that they want to do. When I talked about shorts and the money that they brought out for shorts and all that, it is from that channel that I saw the video that I watched. They did the first one and then they did the second one again. I think the first video was done by a male, then the second one was done by a female. So they have different content creators that work with YouTube, and they get them to film these videos and put out these information. So if you are a content creator, you should try to follow such channels. Like Proudmix had mentioned earlier, that the new rules that YouTube is putting out, if they don't put it in the guidelines immediately, that a whole lot of people will fall victim, because certain things that you might be doing now, or let's say 2-3 months prior, that were not against the law, this new law now, you might be doing something wrong because they just made it a new law that they have not really officially added it to their guidelines and the YouTube policies and all of that. Breaking those rules, we do not know what punishments that that holds, because as we all know that YouTube, it depends on what you did, you get your punishment accordingly. Sometimes they give you the punishment that you might not be able to post a video for a while. Sometimes they say you cannot post a video for a month, or you cannot comment on videos, but you can watch. So you cannot upload video to your channel, you cannot comment on other people's channel for like a month before you can start all over again. So depending on what rules, and then we all know that getting 3 strikes can actually make them to drop your channel completely. So talking about that, earlier on I also mentioned one of the YouTubers that I think all of us knows, because she used to visit Vanessa Ogunbowale's live stream. That a lot of us used to go to Vanessa Ogunbowale's live stream. So Mira, a lot of us knows Mira TV, and all of a sudden Mira said she woke up one day, she couldn't find her channel anymore. I mean, I didn't even know that her channel was not available. She had not messaged me on Instagram telling me to subscribe to her new channel. I was like, you opened a new channel? And then she explained what happened, and she was like, please share to your community for me, so some other of our people can see and subscribe also. And not only Mira, Lady T TV also mentioned about some people, and I think Patricia Media too mentioned of someone that she knows that had the same issue, that all of a sudden their channels were not available. So many people already have actually witnessed this or know someone that something like this has actually happened to. So it is not even a joke, because it is happening. A lot of channels are being taken down, and even some people that we do not know, but you just come across their video because YouTube suggested it, and you hear them complaining of how a channel that they have built to a huge level all of a sudden um, just was taken down by YouTube. And so many people are claiming that they don't know what happened. So that means is it that they didn't get warning? And if they didn't get warning from YouTube, then that is even more scarier, because that means that is it that they have a new rule that um, if you break that rule, they just take down your channel without warning you, or that particular rule is something that happens only once, not like when you get 3 strikes before your channels. At least if you get 1 strike, you have to be more careful, because now you know that just 2 more strike and then your channel is taken down. So if this new rule is one that you're not getting any warning, they just state that if you do this, you're gone. So that means you have to tread carefully, and you have to know that this is actually something that is in existence. So we all have to look out for how we can read and understand the new things that YouTube is adding and subtracting and minusing and everything from their platform. So we all have to be careful. Okay. um Elegant Worldwide said, much love Christiana and Proud Mix. Okay. Proud Mix said, without these rules being implemented in the guideline means people can't be aware of violating what they don't even know are rules, or is a rule. That's why this is going to anger many people. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know why YouTube used to take time in doing something like this, because I feel like when they create a new rule, the best thing that they should do is to let people know that this is what we are going to do before even, okay, talk about it with your the people using your platform first before implementing it. At least give people heads up. For example, you can say at the end of August we have a new rule that is going to be ABC. If you do ABC, this that is going to happen for you, for example. So now every content creator looks forward to the ending of August for that new rule. So immediately that new rule is out, they should do the normal thing that they always do, that they tell their usual some content creator that works with YouTube to do a video about it, so people can see. you know so give me a second. Okay, so all right. Hello, big sis. Thank you very much for coming. Okay, sorry guys, I have to pause this again. My little one is screaming before YouTube will start with their own wahala. All right, okay, as I was saying, so it is very good that they announce it for it, saying at this time you should expect these new rules, stating clearly what the rules are so content creators can be mindful, because I don't think anybody wants to deliberately, except somebody without sense, because at the end of the day, if you are a content creator, why would you suffer to create content and uh, everything, but then at the end of the day, you want to deliberately break the this thing, the laws that are going to cost you your channel if you've been so busy trying to create and grow on the platform. I don't think any content creator wants to deliberately do that. But because some of the laws are not clear, although I know some people are not going back to even read the older laws, and now they have like new laws, so it is kind of too much already for a lot of content creators. So I think everybody should be very careful and keep their eyes open. Okay, Christina Flourish and said, I agree with you, Proud Mix. Yes, Proud Mix is very correct. A whole lot is going on, and a whole lot of content creators are getting pissed off because some of these things that are happening is still kind of very strange, and they do not know what to like. They don't know why they are getting all these strikes, or why their channels are being taken down, and appealing takes months before you apply, before they reply to you, and then you start the whole battle and all that. And now they have some of the rules that they've actually set out, that some of these things can actually get to the extent where you will be taken to court, so you can imagine somebody taking you to court because of something that happened on YouTube. Then now you have to go to court to defend yourself. You have to go get a lawyer, pay the lawyer, and start doing court case because of YouTube. So it is getting stiffer and stiffer. The rules are getting stiffer, and everybody just needs to be more careful. Everybody needs to be more careful. I do not understand why it is like this. I don't know if it's YouTube fault or YouTube is under pressure, because sometimes you can see that it's actually under YouTube is under pressure, because, for example, before they started the whole their children channel, they have to um, disable the comments. Like if you create a channel and your channel is for kids, then they just disable the comment section. Before YouTube did all of that, we know what had happened, that YouTube was actually, I think, sued or taken to court. And then after their court case and everything, that was when they started being very strict with kids contents and what kids see and all of that. So sometimes I feel like it's also the fault of the consumers. There are lots of things they try to battle, take YouTube, not only YouTube. I think it happened to Facebook. Facebook too was also sued, you know, for some other reasons and some other things. So I think after these things happen, you can see that they are more strict. For example, Facebook, now if you're someone that you upload videos on Facebook also regularly, then you understand that they're strict more with music. If you upload a video that has a song, immediately they just mute it and partially mute it in some countries and all that. So yes. You So you will notice that immediately you upload a video, they will just mute it, telling you, okay. All right, you are welcome. You're welcome, Proudness. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you so much. You've been commenting and telling us a lot. So let me know what you want to share with us. Over to you. I'll mute my.
Oh, well, I can't really talk at a fast pace, because I'm still recuperating. But as far as these rules, I just think it's unethical because now you're gonna have people not knowing if they're gonna get penalized for something they didn't even know was a rule in the first place. And the fact that this happens without them notifying you through your Gmail, I think that's a bit messed up just because I don't know what the deal is with this new management. I know there's new management with YT2, and this needs to be implemented into the guidelines so people know what they shouldn't do, because then they're going to wake up tomorrow potentially and not have a channel. And even if you have backup channels, one thing I've been saying, before all of these rules started doubling down, is that um you already know how the basic guidelines are regarding, getting your channel taken. Like if you're not active for a 6 month period, but if you have a backup channel, it's not gonna be the same as your main channel. And then when you try to get everybody from your main channel over to your new channel, it's pointless because it's not gonna be the same. And that's why I said for people that are starting from scratch, it doesn't really make sense logically because it's already hard to get the 4K and the 1K bananas. Now with them taking channels unnotified to people, now this is another reason why people are starting to see their subscribers drop. And I just think it's a bit strange. Like, this is why a lot of people had left to go to other outlets like TikTok and IG to see if they can make money over there, or just, do business ventures over there, because YT has always done things under the table. And, when I first started my channel, this one here, this is the only channel I have, I was on a huge tirade against YouTube because the way they do things. And when I talk to people now that was telling me, oh, you kind of were ranting, now they say they understand it and they come back and tell me, well, thanks for letting us know, and we kind of understand now how you feel. But it's sad that it has to take people to see a makeshift actually happen before they understand why we are displaying our anger towards this. And that's why I tell people, you know what? If you are going to do this, do it first as a hobby, because when it comes to the revenue, YouTube is getting most of the percentage and you only get so much of the equity. So this is a side income resource, and for many people, but for what it's worth in the long run, it isn't worth it. And that's not trying to discourage anybody that's listening. It's just when you see something with ethics that are not solid, you really don't want to be a part of it, because you'll be penalized for something you didn't even know you were violating in the first place. And because we're sitting here discussing that now, that's why I'm saying, YouTube really needs to get things together, because why give us a platform when we don't even know if we're bending any rules or not? And then when we try to appeal it, the copyright or the strike sticks. Like that's what angers me about this whole thing. And that's why I was telling Vanessa and Constance before they got monetized, sometimes in the long run this is just worth more of a hobby than anything else. Now if you feel that the message is being stated to discourage you, that's your opinion. It's just that I don't like the way things are being done with YouTube now, and a lot of times it makes you just want to step away. Like the fact that I'm recuperating from this illness, in a way, it was a blessing just because some days I get so fed up with YouTube, I don't want nothing else to do with it. But for me, I've taken a year off YouTube before when I was, going through some personal stuff, and it was easy. It didn't bother my conscience because YouTube doesn't really value us, and any of the money that you make, you are really working for them.
Yeah, you're very correct. But at the end of the day, it is there. Okay, let me first of all read what Christina Flourishing said. She said, look at Whitey now. Only the strong stays. Yes, it's true. Only the strong will survive. Looking at Whitey now, only the strong will stay. Yes, it is so true. Only the strong and the wise. Actually, you have to be very smart and know how to avoid. Like I said in the last live stream, I said something that is going to affect a lot of content creators is this YT now listening into every bit of word that you say on your videos, on your live stream, on anything that you're doing on their platform that involves speaking. Okay, so a lot of things that they have said people should not say, that people still say them in a kind of way, maybe stylishly, um, or whichever way you try to say it. Now that they listen in, they will be able to filter such videos, and then hold on, they will be able to filter such videos and know what you are talking about, and they decide you should be if you should get any penalty or not. So a lot of channels will be affected, because at this point, even as we are talking right now, some content creators do not understand that YouTube has actually started listening in on every video. So they, according to them, their reasons are so they know which group of people to best suggest your content to. But I think at the same time, they decided to do that because they noticed that a lot of people are, misleading people with content that they tag the video, they title the video as something different, while what they say and what they do in that video has nothing to do with the title or the thumbnail that they are using on that video. So them listening in, they know to give you penalty, because a lot of people that are doing this whole misleading thing don't really get penalty, but now they will start getting penalty. So I believe that's why many channels are being dropped, people are getting punishments, people are not being able to upload for some months as the punishment of something they did, that they, some of them will not even know that that's why. But because YT is now listening in, a lot of channels will suffer from it. What do you think, Proudmate?
Well, I mean, I just feel there's really no way around it. And as far as Christian, yeah, you're right about one thing. You know, the strong survive, but this isn't about that at all. You know, YouTube doesn't care how you maneuver on here. At the end of the day, you're and all of us are working to make them money. You know, the minute that people stop using this platform, it falls apart. And that's what I always used to tell people early in my platform. You know, when you're telling people the truth, they don't want to hear it. And the thing about YouTube or any other social outlet, look at everyone before that's come before these ones today that are the standard. You know what? You had MySpace. MySpace is no more. It still exists, but it's irrelevant in 2021 and has been for the past few years now. So, like I said with YouTube, you know, for the people that are actually doing by right, following the guidelines, supporting other people as they should, that's great. But like anything in life, when you're not really being rewarded for your hard work, at some point your subconscious is going to get tired of it. And you know, you may just decide to say, I can't deal with this no more. And it's not quitting. That's how society perceives everything. Or you quitting because you have to work, of course. But again, though, when you're doing this, you understand that it's more of a side income resource than anything. But I wouldn't discourage nobody to quit. I always tell everybody, keep climbing, don't give up. You know, you'll get your just rewards, but you have to understand the fundamentals of how you'll be rewarded so they don't get confused. And I feel like that's my due diligence to say that to them, because when they do memberships, YouTube makes the majority of the profit you get off those memberships because the taxes, everything in this world is not free. Taxation without representation. So, like I said, for anybody that's just starting YT, try to read the guidelines and ask around. Like Tuber Chat is a guy, his name's Kevin. Him and his wife Kristen, I'm good friends with them. And because I'm monetized and have been for over a year now, they helped me understand a lot of what I didn't know, where I can now provide it to someone else and hope that they listen for the better and the sake of their channel. Because, you know, without Tuber Chat, I don't think I'd be where I'm at as far as the knowledge. Now, I always credit my supporters because I'll never abandon them in the sense that without them, there is no proud mixed child. So I understand, the people carry you, though you are doing the hard work. I always, acknowledge my place far as where I'm at because my subscribers got me here. And the fact that we can't even say subscribe is a little bit strange just because we're talking in Morse code. And I never agreed with that. But far as the, rules, all I can say is if Mel hasn't really answered a lot of what you need to know regarding those other four YouTubers, go check them out or go check out the guy I just mentioned, Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow. His name's Kevin, because these are people that can tell you from experience how this is going to look going forward. And since YouTube is outlet for the future, you want to know as much as you can without compiling too much to where you'll feel like you got a headache. It's best to do this in portion control. So like I said, continue growing, continue climbing this ladder because it doesn't stop. But the real question I always ask anybody, how far are you willing to go on here? Because that's the true test. A lot of people have already left YouTube and have found greener pastures on, like I said, TikTok, for example. They've gotten viral because technically this is about going viral, the real goal, because that's what is going to boost your numbers. And since post monetization is all about audience retention, it's hard to expand your audience because, even if you do diverse content, clickbait, since that's a topic mentioned in here, Mel, to be honest, I can't stand clickbait. And I'm not gonna go on the video and dislike it and leave a comment because I'm like, oh, well, I just wasted 5 minutes. I've clicked on videos that are clickbait, but once I saw the like dislike ratio, I was out of there. I didn't, stay and comment. I'm just like, okay. But I think that's a huge problem too. But at the
Yeah.
same time, if you're somebody that likes clickbait, you can do a lot of numbers because a lot of people offer it.
Go ahead, Pradmit. Yeah, I was like, you're correct. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a fan of the clickbaiting because some people really do get upset, and I understand because they're using the platform as it's meant to be. They'll go on the video and they'll leave a detailed comment saying, why didn't you post the real information? And see, if there's someone that's new to YouTube or already established, then that's kind of the wave that you expect. Oh, this is video is clickbait, but those videos get thousands of views in some cases. That's why when some people get monetized, you notice how a lot of them just start posting like live recorded Instagram clips or anything like that. They don't put out content no more. And I'm not mad at them because if that's the way they want to make their money, that's their channel. They have every right to do so. I just feel like there are people that I support that have become like that. And I'm taken aback by it just because I actually did enjoy their content when they were putting it out. But it's kind of like you're just relaxing on your laurels. And since YouTube's revenue has been down these past few months, you know what? That affects the YouTube user. Like me, I've gotten my first YouTube check months ago and I have my Google AdSense pin, but I didn't do my videos on them because I feel like it's like originality on these platforms is lost. And I want to be somebody that's successfully quiet and stand out that way. Like, I don't want to come off like I'm bragging or anything like that. It's just, I like to keep my successes quiet because, envy is already a thing. So when people see you doing well, they envy you. And even if they don't, they're just like, well, they have all these suggestions for your channel, which is great. I'm always open to recommendation, but at the same time, they can do it to you, but you can't do it to them because then the perception is changed where, oh, don't tell me what to do on my channel. That's why I kind of don't recommend nobody do anything on here. I'm like, whatever you're doing and I see your numbers are doing well, if that's what's working for you, hey, I'm happy for you. You're like, I'm not on here to really recommend anybody anything other than, if you want more information regarding these rules, go to any of the people that you or I have even mentioned today, because there's many of them out there, and they'll definitely help you maneuver your house. a little bit better. And just like with the rolling terms, we've gone from baking to connecting to dancing to rolling. And YouTube picks up on everything, so at some point, even rolling is going to turn into something else. Like visit this person's house. Everything on YouTube is changing every day. And I really believe that has to do with new management. But far as just keeping your channel, everybody now has to really be aware because, like you said about Mira, I saw her post a video a few weeks back, and just like that, now she doesn't have a channel. So that's what I think should make everybody nervous because nobody's immune from this.
Well spoken, Proud Mix, it's true. And when you mentioned about how some people's channel gets monetized and all of a sudden they change what they upload, that's something else I noticed that I was like, it is worth talking about. Because when you create a channel and you decide that you're going to post certain type of content, except you're a channel that from the beginning, from day one, you really didn't know what niche you want to be in, so you were experimenting with different types of content, then that is understanding. If you get to monetization level and you're monetized and you're still experimenting with different types of content. But if you're someone that you decide that this is the type of content that I will be making, and most of your videos is about that type of content, all of a sudden you get monetized. Now you notice that there's another type of content that gets a lot of view. Now you want to just switch like that to start putting such videos. In the beginning, those videos will attract a lot of people, a lot of viewers that watch those type of content to your channel. But then the loyal fan base that you have already built, which is something that as a content creator, we all want, right? We all want those loyal people that always come to our
Right.
channel to watch whatever we upload. Those people will stop coming to your channel. And then if someday peradventure you decide to go back to create the type of content you were creating, then these other newfound fan base are also going to leave. So at the end of the day, you are going to be left with zero loyal people. I don't know if people think of it that way or they are only focused on the views they get. If you can throw more light on that.
It's like a music artist, for example, right? So here's the example or analogy. They can have 18.5 million followers on Instagram, but they're only streaming, let's say, 16 million numbers to show you how many people are truly invested in you and how many are really not. So when I see channels transition from straight content of their own original to or what's trending, because a lot of people do a similar content, but then they transition to celebrity gossip and that's all they post, it's it's all right. I mean, if that's the direction they want to take their channel, that's fine because I feel like your arms are like a rope. You know, your supporters are at a place. One half is pulling on you to do this, the other half is pulling on your arm to do that. And technically, this always will lead back to the fact that you can't please everybody. And for example, like if like for your trending channel, trending gist, or anybody that does it, when you post a pinned comment and give your thoughts on it, like in a way, even though it's your opinion, everybody has one. If you notice when people do that sometimes, it's like opening a door for controversy because you may say something and people are going to argue with it just to cause drama within the comment section. And that's one thing I've noticed about those videos because a lot of times people that, like, for example, there's plug channels that have immense amount of subscribers, maybe 80K, 100K. And I always notice like there's quarrels within the comment section, even people saying things about the host, the owner of the channel, where they'll say that, oh, you're just posting this because you're making money off other people's drama. Everybody's doing that. So you really can't be mad at one person. I just, like I said, I feel like if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But I never could get into those channels like that because it furthers the unoriginality and the creative process that all of us as channels as individuals have. Because when I joined YouTube, I like to subject myself to a plethora of content, not just one type of, content, like pranks and everything. Everybody has done the same pranks or mukbangs. Everybody has eaten seafood. So it's nothing original about that. It's entertaining, don't get me wrong. Entertainment is strictly what YouTube's about. But far as the Instagram post and celebrities drama, I don't really care about that, because I understand if I comment, I know somebody's gonna reply that I don't even know, and then it's gonna cause an issue. And I'm somebody that hasn't really experienced trolling, so I'm not gonna go back and forth with a ghost. I say people like that, even if they have a profile photo and they don't have any subscribers, they're like Casper to me. I can't vacuum what I can't see, to throw some humor in it, because I'm always more so happy, and my content is about philosophy, if that's what interests you. But for people that aren't interested in it, that's fine. I have no problem with it. As long as they don't come to my channel with any negativity, that's fine. That's all that I ask. Keep the peace. But far as, celebrity gossip channels, which trending, I'm not sure if you've experienced this on Trending Gist. You may have posted a video about Biafra land, and then somebody opposes whatever statement you made in the video. Then you're arguing with them, or somebody else jumps into that, and now everybody's on your head for it. Like, those are the things that you just really don't want to deal with, because it is aggravating.
That's very true. When you're into gist channel, that there's always a lot of saga when you have gist channel. But me though, with my trending gist channel, I'm very careful and selective of the kind of topics. There are type of topics that if I feel like it is too sensitive, then I don't even run a story about it. Like someone was asking me, I remember when there was very, something trending that everybody was talking about. It was like, why did you not run a story about that? And I said, I'm not all about that. I don't have time for that kind of story, and I will not run it on my channel, because I knew that when you run such topics, people will always come in with other opinions and trying to, curse you out. Or if they're not cursing you out, then they are cursing somebody else in the comment section that has a different opinion from them or sees the story that you shared. So if you're doing a gist channel, you have to be careful with the kind of topics that you share, because some topics can actually land you in court. I'm telling you, some people you talk about, before you know, they're filing a lawsuit against you, and off you go, you're having a court case. So people with gist channel, I'm glad you mentioned gist channel also, have to be very careful if you're running a gist channel. Okay, Elegant said, very true, Proud Mix. Yes, what Proud Mix is saying is very true. There's just so much about Whitey that people needs to know. Like when Proud Mix said earlier that most times when you talk about things that Whitey is doing wrong, then it's almost like your channel, like he said that before, he used to point out things that he feels like it's not correct. I just always think, is it that Whitey sits down, or because they have new management, hence they put these new multiple rules that they bring out at once? It's not like they bring out one rule this year, next year they wait, or the next 2 3 years they wait. It seemed like this past few years, Whitey has been dishing out so many rules in a short period of time that I feel like most content creators are getting confused, you know, because it's almost like people cannot keep up anymore with all the various rules, and channels keep some channels are getting demonetized. You see somebody celebrating today that the person's channel is monetized, and the ads are playing. The next day the person is crying on the next video saying that all the videos were demonetized for a reason that they really don't know. So yes, white is getting tougher and stricter, and I really don't know where they are heading to with this one.
It's funny because, some people seem to forget about why this starts in the first place, these outlets, and everything is done by design. I've always had this theory about not just YouTube, any other social outlet, in the sense where, you know, it's not guaranteed promising. And like this new management, whether it's new or, past management, sometimes things are done on purpose. Like they don't want to notify you everything so they can take your channel away. Because if anybody has really observed closely in the past, YouTube has really taken channels away and not provided an explanation why. So it's just a bit strange that these new rules are surfacing without being implemented into the guidelines, because now you just put more people at risk. And it's almost like, well, we're not here doing all of this hard work just to throw it away. So now you have these rules come up and we're just learning about them. Just like when they demonetize a channel for not enough original content, what does originality even mean on here anymore? Because everybody is really just doing what's trending. They're not doing anything of their own idea. And if they do, even if, they're not trying to score a viral hit, um the numbers aren't showing that people are interested. There are people right now with 10K, for example, and only 100 something views regarding each video they put out. And that's the analogy that I was referring to earlier, to show you, you may have 10K subscribers and they may be legitimate, but their legitimacy doesn't show because the numbers in your videos of who's watching isn't showing that. So I think that's a huge problem too on YouTube. Sometimes the subscribers aren't always at fault entirely, because they do have to work. They have lives they're living. So you have to, understand that part. But you have to also understand too, there are people on here for their own gain. Like this is why we always talk about the sub for sub. Once some people can get your subscription, they don't check out your content. I think all of us have experienced this where we have rolled and somebody got back to us, but then you never saw them after that. You didn't even see them in the comment section after they left you the comment on the video that they rolled with you on. And that's constantly become an occurrence, which is problematic for everybody. This is why at some point, if they just leave this as it is, where you have to get 1K in subscribers, it's going to get harder, because more people seem to be about just trying to get to the promised land, um without actually acknowledging, hey, the more support you give to others is actually going to benefit you, rather than you not supporting those that are actually loyal. Because word gets around, and sometimes people notify others, well, this person is not legit, they're not supporting me. So that's why I always tell anybody who listens or watches my content or my live streams, I'll try my best to support you, but I juggle so much outside of outside of YouTube and my personal life. Please try to understand, because please, there's nothing wrong with telling people please, because it's common courtesy. So I just ask them, try to understand that I do support you. And sometimes, like for monetized channels, if I haven't been there for a few days or a week, I'll definitely let them know by donation. This is my way of appreciating what you do, helping others, or the content you put out, because I thoroughly enjoy watching your videos when I have time to. But I never tell them I promise, because I don't make promises I can't keep. And I always let them know from a distance, if I haven't seen, I have to play catch up, and I will get to you when I can. Just like running playlists. Sometimes I do that free, and sometimes I do that, to get ninjas from people, because I'm like, I think it's a fair exchange, since I don't have a real face. I mean, my fault. Since I don't have ninjas, I feel like running playlist increases their watch hours in exchange for their ninjas, because most people are chasing the watch hours now. They're not really focusing on the 1K friends anymore. So I feel like that's how I maneuver, but I make sure to keep my word, because my word is my worth.
That's true. You're really correct. This thing with well, first of all, Whitey does not appreciate this, banana thing that uh you know they don't appreciate it. It is against their law, you know, but people are still doing it and getting away with it. But then people are not even making it easier for Whitey to spot people that are doing it, because some people, like you said, are always good at telling you to give them banana, or they come to your channel and give you banana, and then they don't ever return. And the part that baffles me, when you see it with like content creators that are very that upload maybe once or twice in a week, and I ask myself, how is it that you just gave somebody banana and that person uploaded one, two, three videos in that same week that you gave that person banana, and you're not even there to watch one of those videos that that person just put out? Then what is the need of giving? Okay, yes, the person's numbers are growing, but what is the need of having? I remember a channel that I think YouTube just suggested the person, because it's not I don't know the person, I don't know all that, and the person was premiering, and the person had so many bananas, and on the premiere nobody was there. And I was thinking, how is this possible? How can you have, I'm telling you, over 5K um, bananas this person has on the person's channel, and the person is premiering, and is not there's nobody there watching this video that the person is premiering. And I'm thinking, what? I don't want that kind of banana. I don't want to get to 5K and then I do a premiere and I cannot even boast of 100 people watching my premiere. No, even now that I have over 1K, and yet I don't get this. I feel like this is really annoying. And somebody's going all the way to 5, 10K, and still they are going through the same problem. Then, of course, it's easy for Whitey to figure out that, yes, these are the people that are doing grab me, I grab you, give me, I give you, and whatnot, or maybe buying, like they always say that some people are buying views and some people are buying subscribers on Whitey, which is wrong, which is also against. So some of the channels too that are being dropped are channels that have actually done stuff like this. So hence their channels are being dropped, but they were like, I don't know what I did, but maybe it's because you've done these things earlier, and now Whitey has been able to figure out that that's what you did, because your views and your uh, bananas are not really corresponding. Then they drop channels. So I just feel like people should try their best. It is not easy visiting a lot of people, but we should try their best to be engaged on, so everybody's channel looks busy. What do you have to say?
I just feel like no matter what, regarding what we've discussed here, um, people are gonna continue to do how they're doing until YouTube takes their channel. Like yesterday, for example, what you just said about the 5K and not having any viewers in a premiere. That happened to one of my supporters yesterday. And I understand, sometimes the host isn't always in those premieres because they're busy doing whatever. But she has 6K and I only said hello. But when I saw nobody else join the premiere for about 5 minutes, I watched halfway through the video, but I actually left. I'm not gonna be dishonest about that because I'm like, sometimes other viewers add to the entertainment and giving their thoughts while the premiere's running. Like if you notice about people in the Filipino YouTube community, for example, their chats are always surging, even if they only have 2.k, whatever, and that's one thing about that community that's amazing. They have so many loyals, not to say others don't. Like Vanessa in her premieres on her channel where she's monetized, her chat was always moving. That's loyalty. But see, Vanessa, I think, has a loyal enough subscription base where people really like what she does. So, what I'm saying, as far
Yeah,
as that, it's just those are the things that I would like to have. I've had, I have done one premiere on one of my kung fu videos,
yeah.
a few months back. You know what? There were people in there. So I'm grateful that I'm fortunate enough to have people watching me for when they do, even though I don't really post content like that. But those are the things that you can only hope for because it's giving you this idea. Well, these people that are subscribed to me really are enjoying what I do. But if you have
Yeah,
16 and you're not seeing anybody in the chat, that's a problem.
it's true. You're right about Vanessa. Vanessa really does have loyal um, people on her channel, you know. And I think it's because she really visits people. If you notice, because most times when you go to people's channels, you will always see her comments under their videos. When you go visiting people, 10, 15, 20 persons you will visit, you will notice that Vanessa has actually visited them. So I think those people also come in return visiting her.
That's right, and the good thing about it is that's how loyalty is supposed to be exchanged. So there's still hope because there are a lot of good people on here from every community, no matter what content they put out. But those are ways that it's supposed to be done, an eye for an eye, a fair exchange. But for a lot of people on the other side, they just feel like this is a one-way grind. If they don't, do the sub for sub, they'll support you up until the point they get monetized. And sometimes this is what happens, because YouTube is set up this way. Like, I'm monetized, but I make sure to try to help others. I'm making a choice to do that. I could look at it from a
Yeah.
standpoint of, I'm trying to keep more money. Let me just alienate everybody that helped me get here, but I'll never turn my back on them because they got me here. So it's like a lot of times people lose the foresight of those things where I don't owe my subscribers anything because I got myself here. And I think that's a bit selfish, not to really fire no shots at anybody. It's just that, just remember the same people that make you can break you. And that's what it is on here.
You're very correct, promise. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted.
No, I
Keeping an
understand.
eye,
That's
keeping an eye on the little one that is running around the whole yard because we're sitting outside the yard. So, yeah, yeah, it is. It is very true. Most times when channels get monetized, then they start missing in action more. That's very true. And I just, me being that I've not reached that stage yet, I just keep wondering. I was like, is it that there is more work to be done, or I always wonder, like, I'm thinking, what is the difference between a channel being when a channel is monetized and when a channel is not monetized? Is it that there is more work to be done? That's why these people are missing out in action, because it's almost like people grind, they sleepless nights looking for bananas. Um, uh, uh, then every other way you're struggling to get your 4K watch hour. So it's just constant grinding. You're spending hours upon hours on YT. Then all of a sudden you achieve both. Then you just start missing in action, and I'm like, oh, what's then? Why were you struggling so hard to make sure that you achieve all of those things? If afterwards you're just going to be missing out in action, and then your views also might drop because of that. And
it's
I just keep asking that question. Is it that it is more work to be done, or it's just, okay, I've done it, so let me just relax now? What do you think?
see, there's so many different types of people that handle this after they get monetized. Some people get monetized and you never see them after that. There was a African YouTuber I supported very strong coming up. Her name was Pretty Candy TV, and when she got monetized, she took like a 7 8 month hiatus. And I'm like see, this is the thing you never know about people. You don't really know if while they're working towards monetization or just grinding here on YT, if they're going through personal problems or something may have happened in the family. Like those are the things that people don't really think about too much. And like I said, I can understand and sympathize with a person if they're gone for a while because I'm like, I don't know if they passed away possibly. This just happened to a YouTuber that one of my strong supporters was connected with a few days ago. He had a YouTube channel, but his eulogy was this past Friday, last week. He died. Rest in peace. So it's those things where
Wow.
you don't
And
really
his soul
know.
rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. These are those things that people don't tend to think about because they think they're so used to seeing you on. Like some people even make revelation videos where they'll tell you as a confession, I've been lying to you guys, or I'm not actually okay. You know how somebody can smile in the camera and make you think, oh, everything's fine, but they do a confessional video, which isn't clickbait sometimes, where they're breaking down everything they're going through. And when they do that, some people understand, and then some people are kind of judgmental. But that's the world we live in. So it's one of those things where post monetization is harder. The work that you have to do it does increase because it's about audience retention. You know, it's more about expanding your audience because YouTube has us in this position regarding the ads. Well, we're asking people nicely, can you, watch our ads, please? Because that's the way we make the income, even though it's 5 to 10 cents, depending on the length of the ad. But the further you get in this, some ads are 15 to 30 to an hour, as far as minutes. And the thing about it is, no, most people are not going to watch a 30-minute ad. Even if they're a devoted supporter, they're just not going to do that. So I feel
Yeah.
like YouTube has placed us in a position where they want us to beg people. And, that can be a little bit annoying because, I understand, but that's kind
Yeah.
of when you get monetized, it depends because people I've explained to people, as far as me, I'm
Mm.
successful quiet in a minimal way, but monetization isn't really something to really do cartwheels and backflips about unless you're somebody that unless you're somebody that's in 50K to 100K range. And when you're mentioning a person's name that has a lot of subscribers, their subscribers or other people that support them sometimes will try to say that you're trying to eat off them. And you know what? A lot of time that has worked to people's benefit. I used to support this, young lady. She had 5K. The minute
Yeah.
she mentioned a gaming YouTuber in the game community, she had
Yeah.
35K within a week. And then
Wow.
she disappeared after that. She stopped posting YouTube videos because she said, it just wasn't fun to her anymore. And I feel like
Oh
that's
wow.
YouTube's heading to a degree, even though it's still successful. But
Yeah.
you don't really see too much original content on here. So the fact that YouTube will demonetize a channel for not enough original content, I think it's
Yeah.
fair for the user dealing with this to question and challenge them and say, well, what's original not here anymore? Because there's really nothing. If you can find originality, you really looking hard because everybody is getting popular off of what's trending. Pranks, mukbangs, fitness videos are fine too, but it's for a purpose. So, like I said, it really depends on how people are dropping content. It depends on them.
Yeah.
Monetization, I think it's slightly overrated, not because the work you have to do. Nothing comes free or easy in this life, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I just think sometimes people gaslight it too much to the point where it isn't everything it's cracked up to be.
And to top it up, to top all the whole thing, it's all the stress and monetized channels getting just few cents from each video, and now they still went ahead and brought this whole US tax thing that content creators has to pay tax. And I noticed people that I've noticed complaining now from that is like the Nigerian YouTubers. I've seen so many of them
Right.
complaining that after they pay the US tax and all that, that nothing else is like very little is left from what they made, so I'm just thinking YouTube already is taking up to, I think, what, 70%, and people are getting what, 30%. I think their percentage is higher, even though if it's not 70, I'm not sure exactly, but I know that they get higher than what the content creator gets. And now they included this whole tax that you have to pay in the US also. So by the time they get there, if it's 60%, 50, 40, I don't know what they do, and then you still have to pay tax from your own part. And then what else is left for the content creator? Because at the end of the day, the creator is putting work too, taking it out time from whatever you have to do outside of YouTube to figure out what content you have to create, creating the content, then trying to edit the content. After editing the content, knowing when you have to upload that your viewers will be available online to watch your content, then start begging. Now, some people are not even good in begging. You have to understand this thing that some people say, "Oh, please watch my ads because that's how I make revenue." Some people don't know how to say please. So it is
Right.
just so much. It is so difficult, but yet YT keeps bringing something that will make them make more money from the videos and all that. And I just think it is not fair. It is not really fair to the creators.
Well, that's what I said about Vanessa. I mentioned her earlier because she was saying everything that became a reality regarding this tax issue, where like she even said at the time, on her other channel, Nessa Growth and More, this is her job, YT. And that was an actual job because you have to file for these taxes. And again, the 70% thing always is going to relate back to the Google AdSense pen and everything else. When you're making money and you're, just fresh off monetization, you're not really making much. And the only time YouTube can really be considered a career or a job is when you at least get into the 50K plus that, because you're not really seeing much money until you get to those heights. And it's a lot of work. But the thing about it too is that YouTube takes the majority of the percentage. You're lucky if what you get is considered crumbs. That's why I say this is more about resources than actually be considered a full-time job. Just to get the YouTube button, the plaque, the silver plaque alone is you have to have 100K to get that. So I'm like, you know what?
Exactly.
Is it really worth it? Because you're only gonna, I mean, okay, you may have it plastered on your wall as something you look at as your achievement, and that's okay. I mean, I
Exactly.
respect someone who works and is driven to get that, but I don't really think in the long run that's really worth it because most people's objective on YouTube is to get money, not a plaque. So technically, for what it's worth, I just feel the way everything is organized out here is so disjointed because YouTube constantly has glitches and maintenance issues, just like every other outlet. But it's so prevalent with YouTube, people are just tired. And the fact that they're constantly having to tell people, just like the memberships are another idea just created so YouTube can get more revenue. And when people look at the streams, the streaming revenue has really been down this month since January of 2021. So YouTube's giving you all these tools and these fun ideas to be a part of regarding making money just so they can make money. And the money that people make off the memberships, a lot of times they don't understand that YouTube's getting the majority of that portion money, and the people that are paying to be members, when they cancel their membership or they don't renew it, that's because a lot of people are struggling right now. There's people that can't join. And I feel like this, if you're somebody that's struggling and can't afford to make the monthly payment because the prices and membership vary for what perks they offer, it's best to not join at all and hope that the host understand because, you know, I think, this is one reason too why I haven't personally started a membership, because you don't want to hear yourself constantly plugging something, especially let's say you're 3 months in a membership and nobody has joined. You have to understand that some people may not have money to join, even if you charge $1 for them to join. $1 is hard to come by these days, even if you're working, because you have so much other things to be responsible for. So
Yeah.
YouTube has to be one of the forefront of that priority regarding making money. The other people are not understanding. They get upset at you. Well, you didn't join my membership. It's really not that serious. But when it comes to money, a lot of people really show their true intentions. They're all about the green. And that goes with YT because YT is really making money off of us. We're making money to give YT money. We make money to make them money. That's how this is set up.
You know, the thing with these channel memberships and all that and super chat, I feel like white should not get a cut. That's just my own opinion. I feel like because white gets a cut from so many things. Hi, woman. Yes, hi, woman. Because whitey get a whole lot of cuts from so many things, I feel like they should not get a cut from super chat and channel membership. It is not nice because must you get a cut from everything? Yes, we know it's your platform, but the other cuts you get, are they not enough that you still have to still go and can you stop saying bumble knobs? You know, I feel like it is not fair.
Right, but see, the thing about it is a lot of people don't understand too that because business is always about, financials, break even, understanding the construction of money and how it works. With the situation working for the better welfare of society, better known as altruism, the thing people don't get is that when you work and don't pay your taxes, now you're incurring all kinds of debt that you just accumulate over time where you're going to have to pay that and then your natural everyday bills. So with the way YouTube is going, YouTube is just another bill for people who want to be a part of it. And I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if they'll start charging people to make Gmail accounts and just so they can have a YouTube channel and they haven't even gotten started yet. That's what it's coming to because the world is doing anything they can to generate money, whether it's being geared into the failing economy wherever you are in the world, wherever you live. But YouTube is branching out all these ideas and money has to be the objective. Well, we need to make money. So they make money off of us. And technically, like people sitting in front of a computer screen for 8 hours and they only have one or two viewers, and then the rest of the duration following the stream, nobody's watching. That's exhausting, man. And I'm not going to be somebody that's sitting there for 8 hours plus or leave it silent when there's nobody watching and I'm not really making money. Just like the ads, most people tend to skip the ads rather than watch them. So it takes you that much longer to get wherever you're trying to financially and climbing up the ladder in this YouTube world. So, like I said to everybody, I'm not trying to discourage no one. I'm just trying to help you understand the stages of how YouTube works from a financial point of view. And when you see it for yourself, the frustration, it starts drawing the ire of your anger because you're like, well, I'm really piggybacking, you know, and I'm a guinea pig for a system. YouTube, that's what it is. So, like I said, when you understand how this works, you can't really be upset because it's like you see the signs, and YouTube's already explained in the open their revenue is down. So, they're going to tax us that much more. It's like a promotion at work. When you get a promotion and a raise only means that you'll be paying higher taxes. So, that's really nothing to celebrate. And it's just unfair. That's the way it is, like life.
Yeah. And something else I noticed about YouTube, I feel like they are making it very difficult for channels that are not monetized, and probably those channels that have been above a year on their platform that are not monetized. They make it more difficult for them to get because you work so hard to get your watch hour moving. It gets to a point and it's just stagnant. It's not going up, it's not going down. And then you know what YouTube does? They go search for your videos, your best performing videos, and they start putting ads on those videos. I noticed this from my own channel because I have videos on my channel that they're running ads already on. And I feel like, but I'm doing my best to get to work and get the watch hour, but it's almost like Whitey just wants me not to get there, but so they can put all the adverts that they can put on the videos and just make more money from them before they allow me to get that 4K watch hour that I can start putting ads on videos for myself. So sometimes I feel like Whitey tries to work against the content creators in some type of way, you know.
Right. I mean, that's true. I explained this to a supporter of mine, her YouTube channel. She does, all kinds of things regarding hair, hair talents, hairstyles, hair styling. And, she's been stuck at 1.20K for like 7, 8 months, and she's active on that channel. But YouTube favors some and others it just doesn't care about. Like that's the way these social outlets are geared. It picks and chooses who's interesting to them. And technically, I wouldn't want to be chosen by a system that doesn't favor everybody equally fair because it's just saying the established have this thing, favoritism. And that's what these social outlets are always predicated on, where they pick people that, well, we like this person. They are, they attract us. So let us give them the glory. And to be honest, in the long run, I'm pretty sure even if some of these content creators coming up don't quit YouTube, they may just join it for the same reason some joined in the first place, which is just to watch videos and have a good source of entertainment. Because there's a lot of supporters everybody has that they'll tell you straight up they don't do this to get monetized. They just want to have fun and join in conversations other people have. And one of my YouTube supporters, her name's Megan Rose. I think YouTube took her channel down last night because when I tried to search for her, I didn't find her anymore. And she had a membership. She had 5K and she was frequently active
Oh,
on the channel and her videos got over 2.k views. So she was doing well for herself, but because she wasn't active, I think YouTube took her channel down. And if that's not the reason, they did
whoa,
it for the same reason that they took Mirrors down.
wow, wow. This, this is just getting out. But I feel like if YouTube will continue this way, that they're being, should I say, very aggressive toward their um their creators, or should I say, not being fair toward their creators and not being considerate, not like considering the stress and everything that are involved. New platforms are coming out, every day people have new ideas and new people will be creating new platforms, and if people will discover another platform that is doing better and they have better rules, people will start moving over. So I think YouTube should also think of that and not feel like because we're getting hundreds and millions of people flocking into our app to create channels and have what they want, like have channels and things like that, they should not let it get into their head up to the extent that they are over. The laws are getting too much, getting tighter. It's almost like they are strangling the creators on their platform. Now, I heard Facebook also you can make money, although I think they have higher amount, 10,000 what you need to get and all that. So I think the other apps are slowly ahead. TikTok too, you make money from it.
Right.
Instagram and the rest of them. So there is a competition. So if they will keep making their rules too tight, they will start chasing people, out from the app. People will go and look for other apps that the rules and the regulation are manageable, and they will start, building something out there instead of YouTube. So I think that's something that YouTube itself needs to consider and not feel like because they're highly successful now that they will always be, you know.
That's right. I just feel like, far as any other social outlets, I don't support any of them. I'm not on social media like that. YouTube, to be honest, I was considered and, recommended to do it by a close friend of mine that I consider a brother. He's the reason that I'm still doing this. Because I can't tell you honestly, Mel, I've had so many times with frustration where I just wanted to throw on the towel because I felt like I understand the frustrations of others over the time period that I've been out here at the end of July 2018. And you know what? When I first did my very first live stream, The only person I had in there was the guy I'm referring to, and the rest of the audience was crickets. I could deal with that because everybody's come up is strong, you know. But as you get into this further, I think it starts raising that question: how far in here are you willing to go? I mean, if you're monetized or not, you know, are you just really trying to make this a career? Because I'm personally not. I rather know that I'm serving as a cross bearer to motivate others and help them grow their channels, because I like to see other people prosper. It's not in me to hate anybody, but I do understand their anger towards these new rules that are not in the guidelines, because it just makes you pissed off to the point where I'm busting my ass out here, pardon the language, but I'm being, you know, not rewarded for doing that. And I'm not working for me, I'm really working for this system. So that's kind of what it leads to in the end. And it always is going to make you think, do I really want to keep doing this? Because you're not really making much money when you start off. And it takes a while for you to start seeing actual financial gain.
Yeah. And that's why my advice to people when they're starting a channel, just don't feel like that's where you're going to make the major money from, you know. Just do it for the fun of it. Do it for, depending on what niche and stuff, depending on what kind of niche you're in and what you're putting out there. If you're putting out videos that you're teaching people, you're telling people, putting out information that will help people, whatever, just do it for that reason. Like I always say, but for me, putting out these workout videos, I just hope that someday in the future people will respond to it. And I just want to create the awareness. People should know how important it is to exercise, how it helps you live a healthier and better life, how it helps you live longer, and so many, just the many benefits that are in people exercising, just moving, and not always being in a place, sitting down or doing all these things that are not really contributing to your health uh, in any way, but you just feel like these are the things that you enjoy doing. When even though you have the time in your hand to exercise a little bit, you won't want to move, and then something happens, you end up in the hospital. Illnesses that people uh, can battle and come out, and you might not make it just because you've not been living a healthy life. I just want to make sure that people get this message and all that. So for me, that is my target. So I really am not focused so much on what YouTube is doing. But people that come in and they feel like this is where they want to make their income, they want to make, then it is going to be even more difficult for such people, because with the struggle that is on YT, if your channel is not growing, you're counting months. The next thing, you're counting a year on the platform, 2 years, 3 years, yet you've not started cashing out. You know, you're not making up to $100 from your listen, and you know that if you don't make up to $100, you don't get paid for that
Yeah.
month. And so and I just feel like it's not nice. Why would they say if somebody doesn't make up to 100, the person doesn't get paid, and that money the person doesn't get paid, who takes it? It goes back to you, YouTube. That means all the work the person put in, even though the person made $99, you're not giving the person just because it's not $100. It is not fair. So
Mm.
so many, I just feel like people shouldn't focus on it that way, because the money doesn't come immediately on YT. You need a whole lot of work. And if you're not seeing it that way, then you're going to get depressed over the whole thing even before you start making the money, you know.
It isn't really worth it anyway, because you'll be waiting a while before you actually make money. And I always tell people, you know, that you'll be getting most of your money from the donations to a Cash App, PayPal, or your super chat from YouTube. And even with the super chats, YouTube still takes a percentage of it. So you're in the same scenario regardless of where the donations go to. Everything is about taxes. Now, as far as fitness channels, I am subscribed to a lot of fitness channels. And my last video was that I did before I got sick here was about peace and meditation. And I'm focusing on more on my martial artistry to share with my supporters, because they like those videos. That I've been requested to do more of them and longer. I've done snippets just to kind of give teaser samples to show what I can do, but that's not even half of what I'm capable of, far as just displaying the demonstration. So I found my niche with that. And, though I'm monetized, I hope it takes me into further viewership because I've expanded my audience. I have a little bit over 2K following me on here, subscribers. So I'm trying to
Wow,
work.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to work my way up so everybody can see more of what I can do. But in the end of the day, no matter the setting, I explain to them, I hope that you really enjoy this because I'm doing this for you out of fun, just to display it. Like I saw you at the gym the past few live streams. That stuff is really good because it's crucial to everybody's health, especially in these times where you see everything decline and even people's health. Because if you notice, like me, I follow all the recommendations. I keep clean at home. I'm a very sanitary person. I can't
Yeah.
be in a house that is dirty or anything like that, whether it's family, friend, or acquaintance regarding
Yeah.
business. But
Yeah.
it still shows you, like now, I'm recuperating from a bacterial infection that I got from fungi within the gardening soil. And though I may seem fine, I'm in immense pain right now, Mel. So I'm gonna be kept here for a week or another week, 2 weeks, maybe, just so they can see to be sure and safe that I'm at least 80% good enough to be released. Because this is common when you're dealing with plants and gardening. You can be hospitalized. A lot of people don't understand that, but when you explain it to them, like I'm dealing with an infection that's called microbacterium, and people don't. I explained this to one of my supporters last night. When you go to a store and buy a bag of gardening mulch, there's actually fungi in it. You know, so people don't
Yeah.
understand until you explain it to them, and the only time you really get to see what's actually in your system is when you put it under the lens of a microscope. And
Yeah.
I had
it's
COVID
it's not
symptoms.
easy, and anything that has to do with microorganism and things like that, it's almost like you're speaking a different language when you're talking about it.
Right. I had
Yes.
I explained to them that, this isn't something I wish on anybody. And then I was showing COVID symptoms. So I had to take the test, but I haven't taken the vaccine. And, I took the test. I tested negative by the grace of God. But I always tell people, you see so many people out here without masks, and some of them are actually vaccinated. So it's kind of like, I don't think that's a wise idea because you know how you can look at people and they look like they're healthy and everything's just fine. The problem with this virus is you don't know who has it and who doesn't.
That's very true. And when when they talk about the symptoms, and my question to people are, when you explain the symptoms of this virus and everything, there are so many viruses and bacteria that give you the same symptoms, uh, down to common cold and all that, you get the same, symptoms. So when people are like, you're feeling like this, oh, maybe it's COVID. It's like, not everything is COVID. Not everything has to do with the pandemic and all that. Sometimes people can get different this thing because from the atmosphere and all that. Some of these things are airborne, so it's easy to contact and all of that, being around people that get. So it's not everything that has to do with the pandemic, but yeah, if you're not kind of inclined with the whole biological thing, then it's more difficult to understand what is going on.
Right. And
Yeah,
the thing is too, my this that reminds me, like when I saw you in the gym or I see anybody else, it makes me
yeah.
think of my second oldest sister because her and her husband are manager and assistant manager at a Planet Fitness out in Arizona. And
Okay.
they had, well, my sister, she's now on leave because she just gave birth to a baby girl just 2 weeks ago, and now I'm an uncle for the first time. So she's
Oh
taking rest.
wow! Congratulations! Congratulations!
Yeah, thanks. So she's taking rest for 3 months. She'll be
Yeah.
paid, but the thing about the gym is that you have to question how thorough are the staff wiping down all the equipment after it's been used. And see, this is one way people pick up the coronavirus. Just like when people go grocery shopping at the local market and they have baskets and you don't see people wearing gloves. You know, I wear a lot of disposable plastic gloves and I wear the mask, but I'll grab once I'm out of the store and I push the door handle open and I bought everything, you know what? I'll dispose of those gloves. I won't take them back home because the virus is on them.
Um, Elegant said, "Congratulations, proud mix."
Thanks for that, Elegant. But that's why I tell people really double down on your safety because this is how a lot of the coronavirus is exchanging. People are touching stuff, you know, and the stores are at fault for this because they're not wiping down
Yeah.
the baskets thoroughly. And, you know, this is how a lot of people end up hospitalized. Like right now, for example, I'm in
Yeah.
isolation. There are people in this very hospital with the virus. And you know what? I'm in isolation, so I don't contract it from them. So that's why I be telling people the ones that I see, there are people that have taken the vaccination, but they're out there without no mask because whatever state they're in, you know, their government told them that it was okay. Now they're locking places back down and reclosing things. There are even, if you noticed, in certain food places, there are food shortages too. Texas is one of those states where, in a particular area within the Dallas area metro, there's a lot of food shortages within those stores. So the
Really?
signs of the times are showing. Absolutely. You know what? There's a few people that I follow on here that have
Yeah.
already dropped 8 videos in separation about it, and they have it on
Oh.
video. The shelves are empty, and this is making me think of 7 years of famine, no food. Everything in
Yeah.
the symbolizes no, it's true. Like I really believe we're living in the
Yeah.
everything showing itself. Increasing food, higher taxes, pestilence, violence increasing, this airborne sickness. Like you said, you're not really feeling well. I wish you a speedy recovery. But these are examples of times ending, like Revelations explains, which is what scares people. You know, a few months back, there was a man that I saw on my way to work, and he had a sign saying Jesus saves, and nothing but seagulls were flying around him. And it's just like when you observe everything, everything symbolizes something, and most of society likes to ignore what's really a problem, just like climate change. Even the sun really, as of late, has been like a reddish type of orange, and the climate is dying everywhere. Like Puerto Rico here, where I'm at, the island is sinking very slowly. Everything's
Wow.
happening.
Really, there's so much happening in the world right now that, man, everyone just needs to be careful. Like I said earlier on, here in Greece was a serious fire, like not even a joke, huge, massive fire that how many countries sent in their military personnel to come and help. They have helicopters flying and dropping waters. They have all those different military planes and whatever they are called flying in. I think Australia, Israel, and so many other countries send in people to Greece here to help with that. So many things are just happening in the world at a time, and I think everyone needs to just be careful and more watchful of every step they take and every move they make. And
Right.
talking about the gyms too, yeah, I think people that goes to gyms and all these public places, even if it's a coffee shop, and anywhere you go, that there's a lot of people, you have to be very careful. For me, I chose to go to a smaller gym because they have like the massive one that has so many equipment. Because that's like a very big one. Like when you say professional gym, that one is because it has everything, every type of machine you want to train with. So everybody prefers going to that one. I was like, no, going to that big one to be more busy. It is bigger and it's in a big building that they have coffee shop, they have this, they have that. So everybody's there. I was like, I prefer going to a smaller one where the guy he owns it, he manages it by himself, he's monitoring what people are doing. The rules are there. As you're entering, he has the hand sanitizer by next to the door. He's not afraid to correct people from if you're doing something. He calls you to order. He's just hands on with his business, and he's making sure that nothing happens, so he doesn't have to close and all that. I go with my towels. I cover the chairs and all that I use. I wash my towels that I use for the gyms and all of that. And the weather is very hot here, so it's easy to wash and it dries up. I just spread it outside my balcony. It dries, and I pack it up and I take it to the gym. So I don't, because I see that still some people don't take this thing seriously. That you see them, when you walk out in the gym, no matter how cold the AC or whatever is, you still feel cold. You still feel sweaty. I mean, so you're sweating and you're sitting on this chair to exercise, and then you stand up, and then the next person is going to lay on your sweat. So I feel like
Right.
some people are still not careful.
It's
So
interesting.
watching out for your own self, it's going to help. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's interesting too because like the mask really doesn't protect us because while we're touching our hands already produce, natural oils with bacteria. But the fact that we're inhaling our own bacteria, carbon monoxide, the mask really doesn't serve a purpose. This virus is just one of those things where it's like unbeatable, but it's meant to happen. The Bible explains this. That's why I do miss Vanessa's lives a lot for the ones that she had biblical referencing or just the quizzes were fun. But, those are things that I like to talk about that a lot of other people don't because if they're not frightened by the reality that's destined to be for all of us, they just don't want to talk about it. So, far as the gyms, it's interesting because when you were live and I saw those people, I'm like, wow, it's really busy. But the fact that people aren't wearing masks and everything, it doesn't really matter if you wear a mask or you don't. Like you're still gonna have to live with this. This is the new way of living, and the coronavirus has had such an impact, it's only going to get worse. That's why the government's grasping at straws to do everything they can to financially make this economy back surge, but they cannot accept reality. Everything's crashing, and this is how it's going to be. There's just no way around it. And it's not like a lot of people are following the recommendations, but a lot of people aren't. They're not caring. They just well, I'm not wearing a mask, I'm not taking the shot. They're just going to do whatever they want. And this is why a lot of people are dying too, if they're not severely sick.
Yeah, you're correct. Someone else is here with us, Yokio. Okay. Yoko, I hope I didn't murder your name. Yoko said, sheeple, beware. Paper and clothes are a breeding ground for microbes. Each time that you touch your mask, you are hand delivering fungi, bacteria, and viruses to a porous slash moist breeding ground. The thing with viruses, bacteria, and all these things. The way the world is designed, it will always happen. You can never be too careful.
Right.
That's just it.
Yeah,
Over to you, Proud Mix.
that's why I say, there's no such thing as immunity. And you know what she just said, that's exactly the point I made. It doesn't matter whether you get vaccinated or not. You still are going to have to live with the coronavirus as an existence. So you're not really safe from that. So that's why I tell people if you really want to kill this argument about, well, you should or shouldn't take the vax, it doesn't matter whether you do either or because you'll still have to live in this world with coronavirus disease and the fact that wherever you are in the world, your government's recommending you to take it or wear your mask if you're not going to. Just like there are still people traveling a lot, knowing the risks, but they're traveling nonetheless because they either have to do it for a working purpose or they just want to go on a vacation excursion and not acknowledge what's really happening out here. And to be honest, there are a lot of people that don't watch the news because the news does provide a lot of misinformation. but I don't trust the government and I don't trust no hospital or doctor. You know, I'm not gonna shy away from my beliefs because someone disagrees with what I'm saying. And number one, I'm not asking them to agree. I just have a feeling and belief strongly where the system has never worked in favor for us, whether it's regarding, what's bacterial or not. Bacteria is all over this earth, and there's really no way to get rid of it. So it's like whenever you hear about E. coli being at a food plant and then it's gone and everything, it always makes you skeptical. Should I continue eating from this brand going forward? And it really doesn't matter if you do or don't with that either, because the same rule of thumb applies. You have to live with the existence of fungi. Fungal bacteria is here to stay. It's one of the many pestilences. So there's really nothing that you can do about it. And the only thing you can do is try to keep clean the best that you can, and nothing more, nothing less, because you can have even hand sanitizer at one point have been called back. It doesn't really matter what you do. This is here to stay.
Here to stay, you mean it's not going to go away? I think at the point it will die down. It will be on the background, just like Ebola came and it was here before, but then it somehow surfaced again and then died down after a while. I think same will happen with this one now, with this pandemic that is raving through the world now. It will be here for a while and it will go back to the background. And let's hope that in the future we will be able to figure out how to tackle it, how to battle it, just as we've been able to produce some effective drugs for some illnesses, you know.
I always think about my mother because, she's very spiritual and strongly religious. You know what? The coronavirus will go away with the rest of the world's ills when God restores how this earth actually is meant to be. And you know what? We'll have no recollection of even having this conversation or knowing each other existed. That's reality. And that's what a lot of people don't want to deal with. The Bible explains this. Like, if you're guaranteed or promised to get into the new world, everything is going to be done differently. And you know what? When you try to explain this to people, a lot of them get upset and say that you're preaching. But you know what? Jesus, a lot of people marched with him and betrayed him. But now that he met his untimely demise, like a guy like the civil rights leaders or anybody that talks truth about this world and then they die, their message is highly revered after they're gone, which means those people are now the standard of humanity. And a lot of people cannot deal with this because this is what reality is. What is written is going to be done. And you know what? That's the only time that the coronavirus and everything that's wrong with this world today stops, when God decides to restore it. And the second coming is looming because all the signs around us are showing climate change, pestilence, violence, higher taxes, the measures that man is going to ensure this world gets in a better space. But it's not meant for man to fix because he's tried many times and he's failed because he's only focused on his own gratification. Not every man, but the majority of mankind wants to sit atop of this mountain that he visualizes non-existent alone. That's why you have New World Order. But I didn't want to get into that lane because I know this is strictly about YT. So like I said, as far as YT being a business, remember everybody, this is for us to do for fun. And if you want to make a career out of it, that's great. I hope it works out for you. But just remember, in the near future, YouTube won't even be a thing because, like every business before it that had the same goal, they have fallen, and YouTube will too. I think Mel had to step away, guys. So I'm not sure if anybody else is in the chat listening. I'm pretty sure that she may end up wrapping this LS up because it's going on the 3 hour mark. So I hope this conversation was interesting to you all. Um, I'm gonna be stepping down shortly because I still have to, undergo this recuperation therapy and get out of the hospital, which won't be for another week or two, like I explained, because I'm still dealing with pain and still recuperating from sickness. So hopefully anything we said today here regarding YT did help anybody that's listening and watching. And just remember, what you don't know, go around and ask anybody, especially the people that Mel mentioned, the four men that know about this and can provide you with information you need to know, so you don't end up losing your YouTube channel. You want to make sure that
Very
you're
true.
following guidelines the best of your ability.
Yeah, you're doing well. You're not even feeling too well, and you've been here since. Yeah, it's 2:51. So I'll just by the time we round up, I think it will be 3 hours on the stream. I didn't even think I'll be able to sit here for like 3 hours and we'll be talking. Two people that are not feeling well talking and talking. Yeah, so Promise has really explained a whole lot, and we actually dove into some other topics also that were not pre-planned. That's how our stream is always, we have the main topics, and then from there we add other things that we feel it's important to our everyday life. As I will always say that life doesn't revolve around YT alone. So just because just uh, just because you have a YT channel doesn't mean that you cannot once in a while talk about other things that you feel needs to be addressed. Or I feel like when you have a platform, then that's like an opportunity for you to speak. Now you have a platform where you can share your own opinion concerning whatever topic that you choose to. So yes, once in a while it's good to just speak about different things that are happening and all that. So yes, although I have just four names here, but if you do your search on YT, you will find so many people other than these four people, which is Roberto Blake, Sean from Think Media, D. Neiman, and his brother Nick Neiman. These are just few people that I feel like when you ask them questions, they respond. Hence, I mentioned them. Okay, but that for example, if you ask another person, the person might be able to count four more, five more people that they have actually dropped comments in their comment section and they respond to. So if you are a content creator and you have questions that you need to be answered, then check out these channels. As most of them, they even do live streams that they stream for hours, and they have so many people watching them and dropping questions and discussing things. And they have their moderators. These people, they have moderators which are people that own big YouTube channels also. And sometimes questions that the host does not answer, some of the moderators gives the answer in the comment section. So if you're in their live stream, you will really benefit a lot. So check them out. And Proudmix also mentioned someone else from, I think, Tube something, that the guy is very good guy and his wife is good, and they put out information that can help. There are many people. If you're looking to start a channel or you've started a channel already, just check out these channels, check out these people, and you'll be able to gain one or two things. This is not something that is sponsored, or they didn't ask us to mention their name. They are big YouTubers. They really don't know who we are. But I know that they put good content that will benefit you if you're looking to purchase, if down to what you should name your YouTube channel. They will give you advice on things like that. So go ahead and check them out. Like I said before, when we have information, we should share information with each other so people can benefit. Okay, so I open for you to say something, Proud Mix, before we will round up for today. Okay.
Well, thanks for letting me come up here as always. I'm not in the greatest health, but at the same time, I'm in health enough strong to come up here and, I guess assist the conversation and let everybody else know. the things that I've learned and people I've learned them from. That's why I always tell anybody, if I can't help you, I'll refer you to someone that can, and I trust them wholeheartedly. Otherwise, I wouldn't refer you to them. So as long as those people provide the information that needs to be notified to someone who's asking me for help and they deliver, I don't have a problem with it. But like I said, I hope to see you around, Mel. I may try to join the next LS depending on how I'm feeling because right now I'm, extremely drowsy. So like I said, I have a lot of catch up to do, but my health and life comes first before anything. So like I tell everybody, I'm just trying to give you guys updates of what's going on with me. But I still have a lot to do on my channel when I get back healthy, because I haven't lost much watch time, just a little bit because I haven't posted in a week or two as I got sick, but regardless, thanks for letting me come up here. And oh yeah, I saw that guy Dominant Man in one of the other streams of a supporter that
Really?
support. Yeah, and he said some things where he instantly got blocked. They didn't spare him no mercy like Vanessa did. So that was entertaining. But he got what he deserved because I'm like, YouTube kind of lets these people, be on here, and that's kind of what poses a problem to a YT. They let people say things that kind of go beyond, and he's somebody that's very disrespectful. So I just feel like YouTube permits that sometimes, and that's not okay because there are women that don't play around like that. And he tries to
Yeah.
combat it saying, well, every man does what they want. It doesn't really matter. And Yoko Yukio, I don't know if Elegant said hello or haha. Yeah, Elegant. He did. He appeared again, but he said something different and he kind of threatened the woman that I support too, like he did Mel. And I feel like, there are some women out here that do not play like that. They don't care if this is YouTube and they don't care if
Exactly.
the channel will be taken down. They will really have something happen to him. And that's just one of those things where YouTube kind of drops the ball when they let people like him, say a lot of
True.
disrespectful. Vanessa just has a heart of gold because there are a lot of other women that would not even thought about dropping the link for him just so he can say what he thinks. But hey, that's all, old news now. It's just something that a guy like that has to find within himself. He has a hate for women because his photo symbolizes that a rope, you're gonna hang a woman or beat her like a child. That's really twisted, but anyway, this ain't about that. So thanks for letting me come up here, Mel. And it was fun to always give my thoughts and help anybody that may have took something away from this conversation. So you all have a blessed day. Take care of yourselves. Stay clean, stay healthy, and just try to avoid people the best you can. And I will see you around.
Okay, thank you very much, Prodvix. You did a good job. You carried us to 2:59, so we have 1 minute. It will be 3 hours. That's a great job. I was I was just praying that before you will round up, let it be 3 hours. Let it be complete round figures. So we'll just round up. You did a good job. It's 2:59. Okay, so Elegant said something is wrong with him. Yeah, Dominant, but something is indeed wrong with him. But so many people will not tolerate him. I've never seen him on my stream. I hope he never shows up there. Okay, so I say thank you all very much for joining. Elegant, thank you. You're still here. We are 5%. Thank you, Proud Mix. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Proud Mix, for coming up. Even though you're not feeling well, you're in the hospital, but you were able to join the live stream and share your own opinion, your views on things happening on YouTube and so on and so forth. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Elegant. Thank you, Yoki. Yoki, this is first time I'm seeing you. I don't know if you're a content creator. Also, I'll just try to scroll up if I can see a few names. Christina Flourishing. I say thank you very much. Jaina Jackson, thank you so much. Proudmix, thank you. God bless you. Now a noisy car has to pass with the music to give me copyright. Okay, so yes, these are okay. Patricia Media also came in and she said it's 7 a.m. then in the US and she was preparing to go to work. Mom and Angel TV was also here. Thank you so much um, for stopping by. I saw the notification she's premiering, but still live, so I wasn't able to join. So I say thank you all very much for coming in. This is me signing out for today. Hopefully, if I'm strong and better, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much, Proudmix. Get well soon. Get well soon and leave the hospital. God bless you. You came in, shared your thoughts, and so on and so forth. Thank you all very much. I say thank you and yes, Elegant Worldwide said bye everyone. Yes, take care. Bye bye everyone. God bless you all for coming. Thank you so much. See y'all tomorrow. And my premiere is by 6. Okay, I have a video premiering by 6. Okay, so in a few hours, the video will be up. Okay, if you can make it, I will be grateful if you can join me on the premiere. All right, all right, all right. Thank you all very much. Have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a blessed week. This is me signing out. See you all later. Okay.